right, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. We got a full house. We got bearded legends.
Yeah,
bearded
pretty
legends.
much everybody.
That's what, yeah.
We're all bearded.
We're all bearded legends.
I don't know if I'm a legend, but I'm definitely bearded. For sure.
We got
Bearded Doug.
Bearded Doug.
Yeah, if we ever start like a Rat Pack group, the Bearded Legends would be perfect.
Oh my god, no, that's way too corny.
All right, but seriously, on that side of the table, we got the reunion of BLDG.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's Doug. I was going to say Joe, but that wouldn't make sense for BLDG.
You're BL.
I'm BL, that's DJ.
And together we are
Wow.
That's right.
Now I get
You guys
it.
have like a...
Now I understand.
superhero
I was
landings.
like, what does that stand for?
Yeah, bro.
It's
like a building code.
Yeah.
It's like a BLT, but it's a BLDG. This is the Sweet 16th episode. It is from Bearded Legends count, 99 days till Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. We got Lucid on this side, returning again. This is his third time. Bearded Legends' fourth time on the podcast. They basically live on this show at this point in time.
Basically. I live under the desk.
Yeah, they're both there.
It's a cozy desk.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show tonight. Got a lot to talk about. Wanted to start with the BLDG faction of the podcast.
Yeah.
What's going on? I haven't had Bearded Doug on the show before.
No, first time. This is the first time.
What's
me,
going on?
And this is great. What's up? What do you want to know? I'm an open book.
Well, I want to know a lot, but all right. Well, I guess we're jumping right into this.
Yeah, why not?
I saw recently you were talking about the fact that you were going to be having, not you, but the Paramount was going to be having Kevin Smith and...
oh, fuck yeah.
Well, basically, Jay and Silent Bob in... that you could meet them, which is pretty dope because I think we all love fucking Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Clerks, any of that shit.
Kevin Smith is a genius.
That's right. How do you feel about that?
I already bought our VIP tickets, so that's how I feel about it. As soon as it was, so when he first announced like his tour, like he was doing like the Reboot Roadshow, so like they're going on tour to promote like the new Jay and Silent Bob movie, and I was gonna go to the one I told Joe about the one in the city, but there weren't any VIP tickets for it. It was like during like New York Comedy Festival weekend or whatever, and I was like, shit. I don't want to get regular tickets because I want to fucking meet him. Last April, we went to Caroline's to go see him perform stand-up after his heart attack, which is pretty epic. And we waited outside for like an hour for him to come outside to like get a picture. Bro. He never did.
He probably went out the back.
Yeah.
We were like, yo, there is no back entrance to this fucking spot.
He was just waiting.
Yeah.
There was only like 5 of us out there. He could have just came out and been like, hey, like, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming. Like,
yeah, anything. He seems like a cool guy. I'm sure he's great. But like once Caroline's like turned like the front lobby lights off, we were like, all right, maybe it's time to go home. This isn't happening. But and then where I work, the Paramount on Long Island, booked Kevin Smith, and I was like, fuck, like, dreams are coming true right now. Because Kevin Smith is just a fucking genius.
Hell yeah, that's amazing.
Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma.
So is that how you guys... I'm just jumping really quick. Is that how you guys got to perform at the Paramount? Because you worked there? Or was it just because...
Because we're awesome?
You guys are amazing?
One, because we're awesome. And we're good at what we do. I would say. No egos, though. I think we're pretty good. But yeah, luckily, Lil Uzi was performing there, and he rescheduled the date. He was supposed to perform this summer. Then he moved to August. He broke his ankle stage diving and fucked his shit up, and then was like, all right, I can't go on. They moved the date to August, and at first they weren't accepting local openers, and then luckily, the booking assistant, Kayla, who is fucking awesome, she was like, hey, you guys want to be on the show? And like literally it was funny. I was at this place called Book Review meeting Corey Taylor. He was doing a book signing.
Really?
And I got the call from my boss, Nicole, who is also awesome. She was like, guess what? because like we weren't. It was literally like what, like
it was like less than a week before the show.
Because and we
They're like,
we
you guys are playing.
in that moment in that time frame. We've been practicing a lot and doing a bunch of shows, so we like had our shit locked down. So we really didn't need to like, we weren't scrambling to practice or anything.
Yeah.
So we were just waiting to get like the yes or no, and then my boss Nicole called me and was like, I saw her calling me and I was like, fuck, this is it, like instant swamp ass. And she was like, guess what? You guys are fucking opening for Lil Uzi, and I like literally crying because I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever, and I instantly called Joe. And
I wasn't expecting it. I was totally ready because we knew we were waiting to find out if we could do it, and I was just like, probably not gonna get it, but I mean, at least we're being considered for it. That's good enough.
Right.
And then he called. You're like, "Are you sitting down?"
Yeah.
And immediately my heart was like going like this. I was like,
Well, stand up.
I was like, "Why? What happened?" And he's just like, "We got it."
Because we never
swamp
like
ass, hard nipples, everything.
Hard nipples for
Goosebumps,
sure.
We're chilling.
I'm not a phone person, like calling people on the phone. So like when I call someone, like it's a big deal.
I knew it was serious.
Yeah.
I knew it was serious.
Because if it was a no, I'd text him and be like, "Yo, we fucking didn't get on
That's
it."
off,
But like, I wanted to hear him cry like a little girl, like I was.
Hell yeah.
Because I needed to be consoled because it was so good.
It was
fucking
crazy,
dope.
sold out and shit. Like and like we said, it was like less than a week's notice. So, if we knew like a month beforehand, we would have still been excited, but it would have wore off a bit. We'd be like
A little bit.
gained some composure, but like. We found out on like a Friday and it was like Tuesday or some shit, right? And it was like
it was August 15th.
Yeah. So when we were there, like I was like, I don't even feel like this is happening. I'm like shaking with like fucking adrenaline.
Well, that was like the whole day.
Yeah.
I was like, we're both like nervous shitters. Sorry,
Yeah.
put you on the spot like that. But
Everyone knows I'm a shitter.
all right,
bro.
good. Because like
I
even
take
though like you
shits.
could practice so many times, and like no matter how many shows you play, it's just like nerves. Like no matter what. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure
And just like
You've played a bunch
adrenaline,
of
you know?
shows.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You could just be,
every single time. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
You can always
could
get
be
that
fully
pre-nervous.
confident.
Mhm.
And just knowing that there was gonna be like 1,000 and something people there.
Yeah.
We performed in front of 900 because we were the openers. So like, but 900 is
That's
still
fucking
a
wild, yeah.
solid number.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Sure, much more than any other crowd you've performed in front
Yeah.
of.
Before
For
that,
sure.
what was the most? Like
Puya.
50?
Yeah.
Puya,
Oh no,
that
Puya
show
was right
pretty
before that.
crazy.
That was a couple hundred.
Yeah, that was
people,
like
yeah.
maybe
I
a
forgot
little
about
less than
that.
300.
Yeah.
And that was like a month beforehand. We opened up for Puya at this place called Revolution on Long Island.
Yeah.
Amityville.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I would say it's a good spot
It's a
on
good
Long Island
spot,
for
yeah.
locals and stuff.
Definitely.
But yeah, that line, because Puya was, I don't know how popular he is now, but he was pretty popular at the time, and the line was just like around the block, and we were like, fuck, like, and they were like holding doors because they just wanted to get, or holding the show time, the start time, because they wanted to get so like people in to like pack it out. And that was a good performance, I would say.
Yeah,
That was
it
one of
was
our
fun.
best.
But little did we know that it was going to get better like a couple months later.
Yeah, like this was perfect. Like again, like you probably know this too. Like once you perform a whole bunch of times, you're bound to fuck up sometimes.
Yeah.
And like
Oh, yeah,
the
of
crowd might
course.
not notice, but like
Oh, yeah.
You fucking
you
noticed.
notice.
Oh yeah.
And I was nervous about like, it was like a bunch of teenagers and shit that like Lil Uzi and like we don't sound like him. So I was
Like,
like,
not
they
at all.
might just think like, like even though we don't suck, they might be like, what the fuck do I have to like think to listen to this shit?
Yeah, right.
They're
I don't know, I
actually
gotta
like
use brain
saying some
cells.
shit like. But everything we were telling them to do, they were doing. They were giving the middle finger. They were like moshing a little bit.
Dude,
So
Oh, yeah.
We've never felt more powerful.
wow, bro, crazy. This is our own little fucking room over here, our own little green room, dressing room type shit. What's up? What's up? What's up? Look at this fucking line, bro. What's up? That shit's crazy, dude. Sold out. Yeah, it was
than
sick.
on that fucking stage. Like as soon as like we made like a show intro like just for this show or for for was it
We
just
used
for this?
it. No, we made it specifically for this,
Yeah.
but we used it afterwards.
It was just like a 40-second just like long synth sound held out with a bunch of like horror movie clips cut up
Yeah.
into it just to like hype people up, and like that note dropped and the lights turned off, and like they don't fucking know us
No.
at all, and they were fucking screaming,
Yeah,
and
they
we
were
were like,
roaring.
We came out yelling like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck is up?" They're like, "Wow!"
yeah, like even before
Yeah.
that, like the lights just went dark, and they
Yeah.
were just like, wow. We're like, god damn. Like, granted, they're probably just excited for the fucking show to
Yeah.
start, but like, that's a good like confidence booster to like
But
hear that.
I told you even afterwards when I took the train home, fucking,
Yeah.
there were kids on the train that were at the show, and like it was like a straight up like celeb moment. Like they were like,
Yeah.
I saw them like whispering to each other and like looking, and I was just like, I gave them like the
That's
nod,
the guy that played.
and they like came over and they were like, "Did you just play at the Paramount?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh my god, I told you that was him, dude. I told you he was there." And I was like, "What's up?"
And you're like, I'm with you, peasants taking the train. Don't
Right?
mind me.
Yeah, I'm still a normal human being, guys.
I don't need a limo service to take
No.
me home. And then like even in I'd like the next couple days or whatever, I was in like Stop and Shop getting like fucking
Oh, yeah.
Parmesan cheese, and some dude was like, "You're like Doug G and like Bearded Legend, like BLDG. You guys played. I saw you guys open up for Lil Uzi," and I'm like,
Didn't
What?
you talk
I
to a
was- chick
chick that saw us open for Xavier Wolf too somewhere?
"Yeah,
At like Starbucks or something?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Starbucks randomly. I was just in line getting coffee for like not me because I don't drink that garbage. No offense to anyone that does, but
I drink it every day.
all right. Sorry for your shit.
No,
box,
I'm not
sorry.
offended at all. It was garbage.
I was just waiting in line, and she was like looking at me, which never happens. And she was like, do you do music or whatever? Do you rap? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I saw you guys perform at Xavier Wolf at at AMH like, I don't know, whenever the fuck that was, like a month ago or something. You guys are really good. I was like, what?
Thanks.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks. Like, this is fucking crazy. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
For sure.
wild when like someone, even like the littlest, that was such like a tiny thing, but like such a cool
And
thing.
it could have been like, if she thought you were trash, she wouldn't have said nothing. She
No.
would have been like, look at this loser. He
I was-
sucks. I saw him perform once. He's garbage. But like the fact that somebody comes up to you and like says like, hey, I think I recognize you. Like,
Yeah.
unless they just say, I recognize you. It's like, oh, yeah, thanks for coming to the show. Like, well, you suck. But
Yeah,
I was
like-
there. Just to let you know I was there.
I do recognize you, but you were trash.
She's like, aren't you that guy that was with Bearded Legend? Can I get his number?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was waiting for it.
No, no
You're
way.
like, damn it!
When
I
that
would've
starts
gave it to him
happening,
just to
I'm
fuck
gonna.
No, I'm just
yeah.
fucking with you.
If that ever starts happening, I'm gonna be like, feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Right? Like, I'm-
girls asking my friends for my number, be like, that hasn't happened since like
Like,
high
they can just
school.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And like we put on like when we were on like local rap shows and stuff like that, like at AMH and Revolution, like we got lumped in with like, the regular rappers. We don't do like, again, like we make our own music and we do more than rap. We do like just different shit, and that's not a knock on anyone else, but like we perform like a punk band. Like,
Yeah.
we get loud, we get crazy, we want people to fucking mosh, we jump around a lot. Like, you literally can't take a picture of us on stage
Standing
except for that
still,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, because we're like,
But look, I'm not even standing
yeah,
still.
Still, like, in
we're
motion.
still moving. But like, we get lumped in with a lot of the shows. We get put on a lot of the the regular rappers,
Generic ass, yeah, like-
who are just like, they just don't get it, or they're just like, what the fuck are these
the
crazy
cookie
kids
cutter
doing?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny
exactly.
because I had him on the podcast Wednesday of last week, and we were talking about this too. There's your standard performer who just gets on stage and is just
Walks to the left or the right.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
$100,000 worth of jewelry on, and you
Yeah.
think that's a show.
And it's
Right?
not.
And it's not at all.
dude, no.
But
Like,
then
they
one-
could do that in the fucking
Farthest
room.
thing from a show.
That's right. Then one of you guys get on stage and you really
And then we
show
jump into the
entertain
crowd.
people.
exactly.
There's been plenty of times where you
I
jumped off
always
fucking
do
stage
that.
and like spit in people's faces. Not
Well, like,
legit, but
not-
like, just
no, I didn't
flying
like
out.
legitimately be like, fuck you. Like,
Like
I'm
some
just
G.G.
very
Allen
close
type
to
shit.
that.
Step on their head.
Like, yeah, you jumped off the
I
stage
always
and just
get off,
rapped in
yeah.
people's faces, but like, you have to like, performing is like an art in and of itself. Like, you just can't
Oh, yeah.
rap. You need to do something else to like,
Show some
engage
personality,
people.
bruh.
You gotta
Yeah,
entertain people, man.
yeah.
and especially with the music that we make, it's hype, and we only play like hype songs and
Yeah.
shit. I don't think we have one like We had no slow song in the set, really. Maybe
No.
like one, but it was still pretty like.
We had some
In your
like
face.
solo, like when we opened for Lil Tracy, we tried to add some shit. That crowd was boring as fuck.
Oh yeah, that was like what, like July 9th,
Something.
2017 or something.
Something like that. But that crowd was fucking garbage. They were just like all standing around the edge, just like
Yeah, like we're like hugging the
waiting,
wall.
yeah, for like the next auto tune like emo shit to come out.
Yeah.
Like, not shit like as in garbage, but I just mean like stuff.
Yeah, like they just like
We
didn't
just didn't
care.
fit in.
Like,
Yeah, they were just trying to like stand there and be like, oh. And then we're like yelling at them and shit, and they're just like non-responsive. They're just like, get off the stage. Like,
Yeah, we were just like stomping around and shit.
Yeah.
But so did you? We should tell them about our first ever
When?
show.
I talked about
First-
that
Oh,
already.
you did?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to hear what Doug has to say about it.
Well, your point of view, yeah. My
Oh,
point of view was that I
was
almost ran
probably
home.
the same, yeah. It was like some shitty like so we like met up with this dude who was a legit like space cadet. He's just like just a psychopath, delusional human being who like was running like open mics at like a local bar or whatever. And we weren't gonna perform. Like we're just like, yo, fuck it. Let's just like perform like a couple songs just to like, you know, get out the nerves because you haven't performed yet.
No.
Like at
At that
all.
point. It
This
was
is
in
like when he was like
2015.
yeah, 2015. He was first like starting to get into like, you know, doing his solo shit with like the rap and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, you just have to fucking just do it. And like, why not? And there's literally no one there. And like,
Where was this?
the fuck's
what
that
was it
place
called?
I honestly don't even remember.
Farrell's?
I
Oh, it was the one on Long Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
a
it was,
shitty
it was
little,
by
like,
our
dive
house.
bar.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
yeah, it was
Um,
near like
He knows
Yeah,
where
I
it
know
is.
exactly where it is.
It's
Yeah,
just some
yeah.
shit ass
You've probably been there.
local place.
Yeah.
yeah, and the dude's like, he's like, you have to go on though. You just have to like go on. And he was just like, I don't even know what the fuck he was saying. He's just like he talks like a meth head. So it was like super quick and like incoherent. And we were like practicing in my car at the time, just like to make sure that we got it down. And then yeah, Joe wanted to fucking run home, and I'm like, dude, you just gotta fucking do it. Like,
Yeah. I can't
Yeah,
even
do it.
believe it. It's like weird though. I don't know what it was because I never cared. Like, it wasn't that I would think people thought we sucked. I just felt weird with like people staring at me. Like, I just felt weird. Like, it
Like
was, like
being a subject of
yeah,
display.
like don't look at me.
Yeah.
Like you're in
Yeah.
a zoo or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like now I don't care about anything. Now,
well,
I'm
now
just
because your
like,
confidence is
yeah,
just like
I
through
don't
the
care,
fucking
yeah.
roof when you're performing. You know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, but that was crazy. No one even paid attention to
No,
us
you looked at
anyway.
the floor the whole time.
Yeah. And I thought I was gonna throw up.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was like, oh damn, that was so fucking long ago.
Yeah, dude.
We played a lot of fucking shows.
Yeah.
The first show I ever performed, do you remember Medicine on Long Island in Levittown?
Yeah.
Medicine?
Ultrasound Lounge?
It was
I
by
don't know that.
fucking Synergy.
Like Rayco 4 and like
I don't know where
Quiznos on the
Synergy-
corner.
I haven't lived there in a couple of years.
No. Down
This is like
Ski and
back
Surf.
in
Oh,
the
Sundown.
day.
It was
yeah,
like
yeah,
across
yeah,
the street from there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It was like
that
Medicine
strip.
/ Ultrasound Lounge.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of the right place, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
across from Sundown.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Like directly across. It was a shithole, but they had like local shows there, and I performed there when I was like 15, and it was so bad. But everyone got to start somewhere. Like you were saying before, you got to
Oh, yeah.
start doing shows, no matter how many people are there, and it's gonna be shitty, and you're gonna deal with crowds that are fucking terrible. But eventually, you get to the crowds that actually give a shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
These two played in the same show together as well.
Yeah, in L.A.
Grimfest.
Oh, you were on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I saw
That was a
footage
good
from
show.
That,
That
review.
show was
yeah,
dope.
that
Yeah.
looked fucking crazy in the warehouse.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
fun.
it was like in the it's like a cool.
Yeah, it was like
spot.
a kind of like a warehouse.
It was in the industrial area. so-
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, it looked fucking
Warehouse.
awesome. That crowd like actually looked like they like were into it.
Oh
They
yeah,
were.
everybody
And,
there was for that type of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're all about like that, you know.
And everybody like promoted well.
Yeah, and well, that was the thing. Since like me, Eamon, and Tyler headlined it, everyone was there for all of the like. Meaning like we're not big artists, so everyone that was there was specifically there for all of us that were playing.
Yeah.
That's so
So like
crazy.
every artist that was on that show had their fans there. It wasn't like, oh, they're opening for this dope ass well known dude, so
Yeah.
that's why we're going. Really,
Dude, my whole LA family came out. I was so happy. I
yeah,
was
it
very
was mad
excited.
fun.
Like, I was like, holy shit. I didn't expect everybody I invited to come. They all came.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
It's like that with the new era of rap, like that, like what you guys are doing. Like people, eat that shit up. Not saying that it's a gimmick or anything, but that's like the new style that's like prominent now, and you guys do it well. So like people will come out for that. Like especially like if they're especially like the younger kids. Like these younger kids don't give a fuck. Like they'll show up for like anything. They're like super loyal. Like
yeah, dude.
The younger fans and shit like that, like the teenagers and whatnot.
One thing that I like that they do too is they both put out really good music videos, and I feel like if you're just some rando that's on YouTube and you like that type of music, and you stumble across them, you instantly, are drawn in by the fact that they got these crazy fucking, wild music videos that are going on. And,
hell yeah, dude.
I mean, obviously everyone's taste in music is a little bit different, but they both have their similar styles in rapping at least, but obviously
the aesthetic of that show was pretty well balanced. Like everyone that played that was like different but similar within like the same group. I feel like
for sure, dude. Everyone brought like their own little fucking
their own
mix
flair
to it. Yeah, their own little fucking type of style to it, and it was just awesome too. Like, I don't know, it's always cool when you do that shit and like you are like one point we didn't even go on yet. And it was just hot as fuck in there, and people were like smoking, so I needed to like get the fuck out for a second and just get some air. And just to like I said, like same thing with the kids on the train. Like you don't need to be famous or nothing to like get that cool feeling of people like peeking you and wondering if they can come up to you and shit. And then like you see them from a distance and you just give them that nod like I see you, and then you're like, hey, can I get a picture? And it's like you're acting all calm and you're like, yeah, dude, and inside you're like, yo, this is so cool, bro. Like I appreciate this guy.
Yeah, like
so
they want to take a picture with like you.
Yeah,
it's such a weird thing.
Not only that, I was gonna say too, like going back to the music video thing, both of them in their own respective videos have like footage of them performing at their shows.
Yeah.
I think yours is what My Thoughts Exactly is the one where you're like bent over doing the crazy
No, that's
Can't
My
remember
Thoughts Exactly. No, Legends World was at the first show I did in LA.
Yeah.
And then I took clips from like the Lil Uzi show and a bunch of other shows to do in my song Living How I Live. I just like made like a whole like montage of like show clips and random shit showing how I live, like whatever.
Yeah.
And that people like that type of shit because they see, they're like, wow, this is crazy.
It's like a compilation type of video.
Exactly.
I even had clips from the New Jersey show when we opened for Ghostman.
And that was like, so for that show, it was like Cianfano or whatever. It was like a bar / restaurant / venue. It was just kind of like an empty space in the back of this fucking place.
Yeah.
And we had one mic because the other mic didn't work.
Oh no, there was no other mic. Someone was supposed to bring one, and they didn't.
So we would like when we were
passing
performing
it back and forth.
Yeah, and then like I would like scream his ad libs and he would scream mine. It was just like really sweaty and like just dirty. Yeah. And that was a good show too.
Everyone was getting into it. Yeah. The craziest thing about that though is like to look at that show. There was like not really anybody there. And like I don't know if you see like I don't listen to Ghostman or nothing, but I see like in passing on like Instagram and stuff, like that dude like sells out mad shit like all over the world now.
He's fucking huge, dude. Yeah. Ghostman is huge.
And now he plays with like a
Eric.
band.
His name is
like
Eric.
That.
I know him from South Florida.
Oh yeah, so
he's fucking. Yo, shout out Eric. You're killing it, dude.
He is killing it, dude.
People love that guy.
But comparing it to a few years ago when we opened for him, there was like nobody there.
Yeah.
He was it was just a bar.
And it was a bar, like you said, it's a fucking bar.
He didn't have even his band and stuff at that time.
No.
It was just him doing the rap stuff.
Yeah. And a couple years ago, even in like 2017, he was
he
playing...
was at the Puya show too that we opened.
Yeah, he was there too. And then we tried to get on another show with him, and they wouldn't allow rappers. It was like he only wants bands.
Yeah,
so
at that
that's
point,
when he started to transition.
He started transitioning.
Yeah, which he still...
He does, but he's
his stuff is like industrial now.
Okay.
It's like a 9-inch
nail.
nail.
Trent Reznor type.
Literally,
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Yeah,
for real.
He looks like
we know music.
If anyone watches Euphoria, he looks like the transgender character on Euphoria.
Oh my god!
I don't watch that.
This dude fucking
has
seen every movie and TV show that I've never heard of.
Not Riverdale. I need to start it. I need to fucking start it. You told me it's amazing.
I'm obsessed
I'm
with
a fan
it.
of Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
Ulrich. Now I say
Ulrich,
it right.
yeah.
Ulrich.
Skeet, if you watch this,
Skeet.
I let him know.
Let you know, Skeet.
Because everyone says Ulrich. Like
Ulrich.
Lars.
Lars.
Because you would
But
think it's
apparently-
like
well, that's
Ulrich.
what I thought until I heard him say in an interview it's Ulrich, and I was like, damn.
It's like it's like with the U with like the 2 dots on top of it, like fucking Motorhead or something, like
Yeah.
a German. I might
Jägermeister.
be making that up.
There's no dots on his U.
I was making a joke. It didn't land.
Definitely didn't land. Definitely didn't land. That shit went way over. I was like,
Stop trying to
I
make
was like,
fetch work.
Damn it! So I'm trying to make fetch work. Classic.
What else? So, BLDG was this big success train going on, and then
A little bit.
you guys just split. What happened?
well, not
wouldn't say
really split.
split.
Like, we still hang out and talk all the time.
Yeah.
It's just at one time. So, like, when we started Grim, that started from B.
What?
I was thinking of something funny. That started from BLDG mixing with a group called Graveyard Boys, and instead of like us joining Graveyard Boys, we didn't want to get rid of BLDG, so like me and the dude Torchface were like talking, we're like, we'll just combine into something. So like then with Grim, what happened was we just started like we wanted to get really serious, so we were just like asking and like kind of putting responsibility on more people in it to like do more and get their shit noticed more, and it just came to like down to, okay, so what are we gonna do? Like, we didn't want to like kick people out, but we wanted to like give people a shot to like
Incentive. If you will.
we wanted to give them incentive and just give them a shot to like grow more before they committed to like shit. So like we were all in Grim. It was like me, him, and then Torchface and Nodus and like a few other people, and we ended up just like cutting it down to me, Torchface, and Nodus because everyone else kind of had other shit or they didn't know how to like go about, like this guy like didn't know how to get his presence like on social media more and shit.
Yeah, and it's just the frustrate like the most. That's I've talked about this with Joe plenty of times.
Yeah.
It's just the most frustrating. Personally, it's just the most frustrating thing for me because first of all, it's disheartening when you put your shit out there and you try hard to get people to listen, but they just don't give a fuck. Like, you're great at doing that. I'm not really sure
But still,
how your stuff works
he
because I
he
just met you.
lands absolutely.
But
Yeah.
but and it's always, and like, you know, I have had some people like listen to my shit, but like not at the level that you're at, and for some reason it was just like not connecting, and you've given me a whole bunch of confidence in that, but I just it just wasn't
working,
it's fucking
yeah.
it's annoying to
Yeah.
me because it's like a fucking game and you have to like not push your music on people, but you also want to like make friends with them first and then like mention it in passing and just like this other shit, and I'm just like, god damn
Yeah,
it.
There's a lot of
It's
stuff
so
to it.
it's such to me it's just bullshit. Like, if it's good, it's good. Like, how like you're not more popular right now is fucking mind-boggling.
You know how
because
many people
you're
say that to me? Yeah.
I know, and
it's just a matter, like, when it happens, it's just going to happen. Like, that's how it happens. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. It just goes, like, from you being like, what the fuck? Like, I'm working hard. You know, it's not a coincidence that everyone that finds my shit is telling me, why the fuck don't I know who you are already? You know, it's like, obviously there's something there to be seen and be paid attention to, but it just didn't click with the right whatever yet.
but you
So-
have a connection with people.
Yeah, but you
Like
know,
that-
it's
your
still
stuff
frustrating.
connects.
Yeah, but so like with Grim and stuff, we said, you know, like we kind of kicked people out, but not like fuck you, go away. We were just like, work on your shit, and if you want to come back in, or when you feel you're ready, or we all feel it's ready to like click with our shit and our mission, then we'll do whatever. But like at that time, you just started working at the Paramount, and you were also more focused on like that for a bit, and then.
Yeah.
Because obviously you get a new job, you can't like just be like fuck this, you know, like
Yeah, I needed to just like, you know, and rap was just making me frustrated in
Yeah,
general
yeah.
because so when we like first started, we were doing like, you know, boom bap type of stuff like that, and then this like new style came along, which is fucking cool, and like you cracked the code, I couldn't crack it. Like, I felt like I couldn't crack it. Like, the stuff that I was making, like I was forcing it, or like I wasn't happy with it. And some of the stuff is cool that I felt like I made, like the BLDG stuff. I fucking like. I think
yeah,
that
no,
shit's
it's
great.
still dope as fuck.
And some of the solo stuff that I made was okay. And then some shit I was like, God damn it. Like there's like just can't like crack the code, and I was just fucking pissed, and I'm like, I just need to like take like a break from like rapping. And I was like, yeah, I don't need it. Like you guys were getting more serious, and I'm like, all right, yeah, like
Go ahead.
keep it fucking going.
So it wasn't like we didn't like say fuck BLDG. We just whatever.
Sure.
Like he said too. Like if there's like shows that come up, we're gonna just perform.
Oh yeah,
we
for
just
sure.
don't like release albums anymore because he also
Cool that you
has-
guys could be understanding about that too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
go
I mean, he's
in
like one of my
separate
fucking best
directions.
friends.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
be
like-
like, fuck you. I don't
No.
want to make
And
music.
same
I mean,
thing.
some people do that.
Yeah,
Most people do that. That's why I'm like, wow, this is cool. You guys
Nah.
are.
I think there's something
Yeah.
to be said too about like special performances, like reunion type of performances, like unexpected type shit. Like that's one thing that's awesome about music. Certain artists will randomly pop up with like a reunion type shit, and then people are dying to have been waiting to see them. I know you said that you weren't really like the most like followed person, but I'm sure that there's people out there that are waiting for that BLDG.
Well, there are people. Yeah, there are people who know about it. Like whatever. I always tell this dude anyway. I mean, because he does his own music still, and it's like different from rap. But obviously, if I was like once I get to a stage with my shit where I can like go on tour and like pay people, you know, I'm just like, yo, if I could pay you more than your job, then you're just gonna have to quit because you're gonna be like, you know, my fucking right hand man on this
Yeah,
shit.
I would fucking.
And yeah, he's down. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and then if you feel like doing more BLDG shit, and we obviously would still put in our older songs, like
Yeah.
obviously Grimer.
Yeah.
That's like our biggest song that we did, and people love that
Yeah,
shit.
we sample System of a Down,
Yeah.
Prison Song,
Oh, yeah.
and the shit just gets super hype, and it has like
Yeah.
a Rosemary's Baby clip at the end cut up. But yeah, it's not like it's not like we would never fucking make music ever again
No.
together. It's not like
It's
that at all.
just, yeah, we just go with the flow.
Yeah,
you know?
man. But like, I would never, honestly, the best person to fucking perform with ever. And I've been in
Hey,
a
I
couple
appreciate
groups.
that. Likewise, though, we get each other's shit, though.
Yeah, like,
we
it's
would
just-
practice, and it's like, we just feel each other's, like, energy from it, where it's not, like, I'm not worried that, like, he's going to miss a spot. You know, because, like, when we got to take a breath, when it's us two together, we don't have background tracks.
No, never.
And
It's
so,
just straight up instrumental.
yeah, it's just an instrumental, except, like, on the hooks, if we have, like,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
layers.
some background vocals
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, because we'd be screaming a lot.
But
Shit.
I would never be worried that he wasn't gonna get it, even if sometimes we didn't get each other's shit. We just like laugh and just keep going.
But there would be times like we would like he would we would send each other new songs that we'd want to perform or whatever, and I would be like sitting at home with my laptop like ready to practice it, and without even hearing the fucking song, I would know this motherfucker's how he's gonna flow and everything. I'd have the lyrics in front of me, but I know exactly because like I don't know, our chemistry is pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
I would say on the stage, and the group I was in like 2012, which was called Mad Beast. It was someone else who was in the group. It was me, my stepdad, who I didn't even want in there. That's another story. But this dude, he was like alcoholic, and he would just like get on stage and like scream at people, saying he's gonna fight people in the crowd, and like not learn the lyrics, and like not. And that's the whole reason why I started making my own beats, because like I would want to write, and he wouldn't send me shit, even though we were in a group. So I'm like, I need to
work.
Yeah.
I need to do something.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, on stage we just like get each other.
Yeah,
It's a
dude,
pretty solid chemistry.
for sure.
Beastie Boys type shit.
Yeah,
It's
that's what everybody
nice
said.
we fucking
Besides
got
the fact too, everyone that would see us, they especially at a rap show, they would see us like go on, and they're like, what are these guys even about to do? Like when we did the interview with Kostas, he was like, I saw you guys come on.
Do.
It was like we thought you were like at the wrong show or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Pulls out a
my
MacBook
God.
Yeah,
Pro,
it's like,
starts
what are they
DJing.
gonna do?
Skrillex type shit.
No, like they thought we were gonna do some like metal shit and shit like that. And it was
With
just
no
like,
band, just like
yeah.
acapella metal.
And then they hear us and they're like, oh my god, like these guys are crazy, which
Yeah.
was always awesome to hear.
That was fun because it's fun to watch people in the crowd just like kind of like not like confused a
Be
little
perplexed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Bro,
huh,
that's
like,
my MO.
okay.
Every
Yeah.
crowd I play, people are like,
What? Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
because they probably you look like a metal kid too. Like they wouldn't.
I mix
expect
the
you
metal
to
and the
fucking do
hip hop
that.
together.
Yeah.
And that's like the fucking mix.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that's like the best shit. Like this new style of rap is like made for like
It's
like
heavy. It's very
breakdown
heavy.
rap.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
breakdown rap. I feel it.
And that shit is awesome. and people, and like you guys, like, you know, there's like different branches of that style of rap, and the people who do it well will get noticed.
Yeah.
Like you guys, and then, you know, there's always like people, especially with the internet, just it's so like convoluted and everyone does it, and there's so many rappers.
It's oversaturated.
Oversaturated,
dude.
yes. But eventually the good shit breaks through. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's funny. I was talking about like how like people copy each other all the time, but it's fine if you are influenced by somebody and you are doing something that's similar to someone who's bigger than you. But the point is like doing it, taking what you learn from that person and doing it better than them.
Yeah.
You know, you could be Ghost Main, but be a better Ghost Main. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, put your own spin on it. Like, you could be whatever you want. I hope kids see Lucid or see Bearded Legend and be like, I want to be like them, but like better than them.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what I'm
different.
saying? Or like they're my main influence, but I'm gonna make something crazy out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
And like you could hear the influence, but it's also something brand new. Like
Yes.
even like the Doors. There's a great interview of Ray Manzarek from the Doors discussing like, you know, Riders on the Storm and what went into making that, and like other songs like L.A. Woman. And he legit says, he's like, yeah, I ripped off this song and just like slowed it down and made it different. It's like,
dude.
but he like made it his own and like added little notes here and there.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, and that's what makes the fucking Doors. He was
I
like,
read
took this
an
old-
article about the Doors the other day about how they created the first metal scream, like in music. The Doors did the first metal scream in music, which was on this song called Boris the Spider, and like
That's
they
crazy.
scream on that song. It's the first recorded like screaming in music ever.
That's crazy.
Probably because
Yeah.
Jim Morrison was drunk as shit. and
Boris
just,
the
like, screaming into
Spider.
the mic.
Check it out. And you'll hear it. You'll be like, damn, this is crazy. Because I was always like, I mean, I love metal music, so I was like, who the hell is the first guy one day to just scream into a microphone out
Yeah.
of nowhere? Someone had to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it just trickled down effect. Now we all do it, like type shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Jim Morrison is a fucking legend.
Because I
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
like Sabbath or something.
Me
or,
too.
like,
Right?
you know,
Ozzy
like-
didn't even really scream.
Nah, he didn't have to, but he did some kind of like yelling, shouting
Yeah.
type stuff.
Yeah.
But it was melodic, you know.
Melodic screaming, yes. Or even like like Slayer. That was more 80s, so that
Yeah,
was
it's
after
not
Sabbath.
that. Yeah.
What would you say the name of that was?
Boris the Spider?
I googled the Doors, the Spider screaming.
No, the Doors, Boris the Spider is the
Boris?
song. Yeah, Boris the Spider.
Okay. I just wanted to.
The spider screaming.
Sounds like some Pennywise. type
Okay.
shit.
All right. I had never heard that song before, and
Me neither, and I'm like, the Doors is like one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, it's
Unless it's like an unreleased,
the
like...
the Who.
is
Oh,
it
The
the
Who?
Who? Is it the Who?
That's who it's coming up as, but
Roger
just because I
Daltrey.
like the Doors, I'm like I've never heard that
Me
song
neither.
before.
I just
Oh, it's the
assumed
Who. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess
The
it is the Who.
They're not-
I thought it was the Doors. I'm like, what?
I wouldn't say they're totally different. I mean, the Who has some like crazy like Baba O'Reilly type shit, but they have similar styles beyond that.
That's
kind of.
crazy.
So, yeah.
I
Not
screwed up.
completely, but
Yeah, the Who
I
is
don't know why I
more
said
like
the Doors.
like electronic
yeah.
a little bit, maybe. The Doors is just like trippy blues.
Yeah, no, I know both. I
Yeah.
just confused them for some reason. I don't know why I did that.
Maybe it's the.
Yeah, it is the. No, it really is
The Doors,
the.
the Who.
But
They're both English bands too, aren't
Both
they?
English.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds like-
Jim Morrison was born in California.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. But yeah, that's the first
LA
screaming
woman.
song. I would have thought that now. Honestly, you would have thought the Doors would have do it instead of the Who.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. I'm like,
because
that makes
insane.
sense.
Yeah, when you were
it's-
saying
it's
that's like
insane.
it convinced me. I was
That
like,
checks out.
because I looked it up. I was like, who the hell is the first person to think of this? I guess the Who.
bro, fact checking on this podcast.
Yeah,
You
dude.
ain't
For
get-
real.
It's all about the
You
fact
ain't
check.
get-
I
Ask
would have.
anything.
All these kids would have been like, what?
Every one of the
Check
comments
this
is gonna be
out
like, you
now.
piece of shit.
Wrong.
Those keyboard warriors.
Disrespect the
False
Who.
information.
Fucking guy knows about
I'm spreading
music.
lies.
No.
I'm spreading lies out here.
They call themselves musicians. These scumbags.
So what is you were like doing some solo shit? I saw you like post you Instagram some like anonymous like mask on your face with like a dog in the background or some shit, and you were like new shit getting dropped this week
Oh,
or
music
something
video.
like that.
Oh yeah. My friend Brandon, who is an awesome videographer and stuff. He does like music videos. He works with like Adidas and shit, or like Nike or whatever, and shoots like commercials. and it's my sister's ex-boyfriend. That's how I know him. And we've always wanted to work and do a music video together. And he was like, all right, I got some time. Let's do it. And he had like this concept of like this thing with like mirrors and stuff like that. And my apartment somehow has like a whole bunch of mirrors in it. I don't know why when I got it. So when I got my apartment, sidebar.
Live there, Patrick Bateman.
Dude, maybe. Well, kind of. Literally, there's a fucking mirror above my bed. Not because I fucking put it there.
On the ceiling?
On the ceiling. I never told you that?
No.
I might have, yeah. I don't want to take it down because, A, I don't want to...
Have you ever seen fucking...
Yeah, glass just falls on
Chucky
you.
movie? Which movie was that where he like breaks in and like kills the fucking...
It's the Seed of
people
Chucky?
banging. I think it was Seed or Bride or...
Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's Bride of Chucky. Believe me, I want to take it off because
No, it
I'm
might have
jerking
been a
off.
Friday the 13th movie. No, I'm saying.
That's a terrible image now.
It's like
I'm sorry.
I was
Yeah.
laying in his bed like...
Well,
I was literally
off
just
to
about to say that.
jerking
This guy
off
watches himself
yourself.
jerk off every night, and he loves it.
He did it to himself.
it's
He
a
loves
fetish.
it.
Yeah, fuck porn. But like, you think it's a terrible image when you're looking at it.
It's like, for some reason, there's mirrors everywhere. When he moved
So,
in, he's
like-
like, I need a mirror there,
On my ceiling.
And like, it was funny when the girl, I got it from someone who, so the previous owner was someone who worked at the Paramount, and the previous owner of her was someone else who works at the Paramount. And when she showed me the bedroom, she was like, okay, this is the bedroom and that's it. Like, and I was like, there's a mirror over there. Are you going to explain that at all? No? Okay, fine. All right, I guess.
Patrick Bateman, bro.
That's cool,
He's
yeah.
like
just
fucking
and
getting rode, like watching
yeah,
his
flexing,
shit.
doing
Yeah.
doggy style and shit. But I don't want to take it down because I don't want that shit to break or anything. So it's just up
Get
there.
somebody to do it.
Yeah, I was
Like,
thinking
get
about
a fucking
that
handyman.
because I don't want 7 years bad luck if that shit like breaks on my
no.
bed.
Does it bug you out when you wake up in the morning every morning? You're just like,
I mean,
you just see yourself
Like,
like,
Oh, shit!
kind
Yeah.
of. And I don't have like I have contacts and I don't sleep with them in obviously. So like it's just a big like blob, and
Oh,
I don't sleep
my.
with clothes on because like fuck that. So it's just like one big like pale white blob. But too much. So anyway, we shot the music video in my apartment, and he did like a bunch of like mirror tricks and stuff like that. And I like horror movies and shit, so I have a whole bunch of like horror movie memorabilia in my apartment. So like he shot a bunch of that, and yeah, it was cool. And that's what I posted. Yeah, I'm
Hell
trying to do, just like I said before, I'm just like trying to like rapping just got like so boring to me because I've been doing it. I started rapping when I was like 14, like 15 is when I first performed. And I've always like him, like you're in, like we're both, and you too, you're all into like different kinds of music, like rock and fucking metal.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to try something different because
Hell
I
yeah.
never felt like I always wanted to infuse like rock and metal in my music, but
trying to find that balance with it.
exactly
Yeah.
trying to find the balance and trying to find the voice for it. And people telling when people tell you like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do this, instead of like, maybe you should work on this, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people say like, yeah, you shouldn't like sing on songs, which at the time, no, I shouldn't have, but I also should have worked on it, and now I feel like my voice is at the point where I can. So now I'm just trying. It's like kind of like alternative surf rocky type of stuff, and like him, I like I played guitar on it and do the drums and the bass myself and shit, because like fuck relying on 4 people when you can just do it
Yeah.
yourself,
Hell yeah.
right?
Do it on your computer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
MIDI that shit out.
Exactly. And like the best the best thing about working on things yourself is you could do it anytime, any day. Fucking 1 a.m, you're sitting there like, I have an
Yeah.
idea for a fucking song, I'm gonna lay it down.
Hell yeah.
And instead of waiting for like a band or someone, which
Or a studio session or some shit.
or something like that,
Yeah.
you gotta like make time to rent out the studio. Like you said, the studio you're at is booked up until
March, yeah.
March, which is crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
So it's good to like not wait for that, and it's good to like have your own like even just
Outlet.
to do like demos. Like I get
Yeah.
my stuff mixed because like I'm stupid when it comes to that, and like I'm like partially deaf, so I can't mix my own shit. But like I recorded all in my house, and then my friend Will, who works at Sabella Studios on Long Island, which is an awesome place.
Shout out, Will.
Shout out Will, he's the greatest. That studio, like they recorded like Third Eye Blind there and stuff like that. Like it's a pretty like known studio, and like Glassjaw and stuff. So
Yeah.
he like mixes it at his house, and I'm just like, do this, make it sound good. because I've tried. There's some stuff I've mixed, but like you're good. You have a good ear for that shit.
Thank you.
Like you actually get it to sound, and when you're working on your own stuff, you can get it to sound exactly like how you want it to sound.
Yeah, that's been a huge thing that I've.
Have you ever tried to mix your own stuff?
Oh yeah, I do it all. That's mostly like everything I do is my
Yeah.
own,
We
but-
talked about that the last time. He's got this one song that sounds like A Day to Remember, and I thought that he
that's
was just the
fucking great.
vocals on it, but I guess he did all of the
everything,
parts.
guitar, drums.
Oh, that's
bass.
awesome.
And,
Well,
yeah.
when he performs playing guitar. And shit,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Dude, if
guess-
I could play everything at one time, I would.
Same, dude, yeah.
But I
You
can't.
rap and play guitar at the same time?
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
rap, scream, whatever.
Can you sing and
Mix
play guitar at the
together.
same time?
No.
That shit's
It's hard. You can't. No, you
That
can't.
shit's
Nah,
tough.
it took
Okay.
me practice, dude. Like,
yeah, I was
so-
gonna say I
What-
can, but I'm not confident enough to like do it.
like put it this way, like when I wrote the song, I wasn't like, you write it and you're like, okay, well, am I going to be able to replicate this live one day? Because like, yeah, I could sit there, play the guitar for the song and play the bass, play the drums and do the vocals separately, but can I do it all together?
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't think I could. And then when I finally like played guitar, like especially the metal shit where I'm like screaming and playing at the same time, I couldn't believe I could do that.
I mean,
I
is
was
it
like, holy
intricate
shit.
stuff you're playing, or is it
Not-
just like
no,
dun,
nothing.
dun, 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 like
Kind
just
of,
easy
yeah.
shit
I was
Yeah, it's
gonna say,
easier.
yeah, well,
But still, that's still hard to do
It
when
is.
you're like playing a complex rhythm. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it's hard to do, dude. When you're screaming and singing at the same time.
It's hard to like fit in like where the pockets of the voice is supposed to be according to the rhythm of the guitar. That shit's
It's completely
so hard.
opposite,
It's funny.
and it makes you think about drummers. Like
we
that
were listening
drummers
to
are the
some
best,
of his
dude.
demos
Yeah.
that he had without any vocals on it, and
Yeah.
I was like, bro, how are you gonna put like vocals on top of this? He was like, oh no, it'll work.
It'll work.
And then
yeah.
like last week we were at my house and he showed me the stuff with the vocals,
yeah.
and I was like, what? How?
Well, I'm kind of like turning into like a. I'll use him as an example, but like he's getting bigger, so he brought a band with him. Like same with like Ghostman. Like I'm progressing more, so I brought a drummer in. Now it's me and the drummer.
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
like now I started writing an album with my best friend out in Staten Island about 3 months ago for the new heavier stuff, and he's the one who taught me how to play guitar, so he's gonna become my guitarist.
Oh, that's
so I'm
cool.
gonna have him and the drummer, and I'll still play guitar for certain parts, but I'm gonna focus mainly on being the front guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? Like,
so you're
because-
eventually gonna play with a band.
oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much a band right now, just me and him. Like, but it's gonna be us three now, so we'll be a full band.
See, that's such like a raw fucking thing. Like
Yeah.
just even right now, just like a drummer, vocalist, and fucking guitarist, man.
Yeah.
Like that shit's like even just seeing that on stage is like this dude's gonna do something different.
Hell yeah,
that's what they did at Grimfest.
Yeah.
And fucking everyone was getting into it.
I gotta see that.
Yeah,
Aren't
it
you
was
guys
awesome.
in different areas too? Isn't your drummer in Florida?
My drummer is in Florida, yeah, and Zach is here in Staten Island, and I'm here.
That's
in-
got to be
in
pretty
Brooklyn.
difficult.
It depends. Like, well,
Do you guys like FaceTime and stuff when
yeah,
you're
oh yeah,
practicing?
yeah. Well, yeah, well, no, we're next month. Like, Zach's gonna come back to Florida with me, and we're gonna take a week, and we're gonna practice everything that we've written over the past like 4 months. We're gonna take like a whole week out of a live studio, to just jam everything.
That's fucking awesome.
And
man.
we'll do that for the next 3 to 4 months until we go into the studio in March.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
You definitely have a good amount of time, like a good amount of time to practice before you get in the studio. since it's in March.
Exactly.
So
We
you
have
that shit
to.
down.
We have to, because like we were like, yeah, we could just write these songs and go straight to the studio and try to record them there, or we could like really go in depth with these songs and like feel them out, and like when we get in there, just have everything like ready to go the right way. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like everyone who's playing what they're playing knows what they're gonna play. You know what I'm saying?
And then you could like
Yeah.
figure out like what I've been learning with this new stuff that I'm working on, and I don't know if you guys you probably figured it out too, but like less is more.
Oh yeah.
And it actually
Shit.
is because
I
like,
live by that,
yeah.
bro.
yeah. Because you can get stuff to sound so fucking like golden without doing so much shit, and it's way more effective.
Exactly.
Like that. Instead of just like not even overexerting yourself, just like putting so much in one song to the point where it's like overbearing. It could sound cool in the moment.
I look at it this way, like you as a musician, like you progress a lot, so like you get more complex as an artist, but like you have to realize the people that are listening to you most of the time are not thinking about it in that way. Like they
Right.
want to hear something simple pretty much.
Right.
So if you could take your complexity and mix it with the simplicity, that's where you get a hit, I think.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's
it's
absolutely
it's like, because honestly, when you think about like the people that are the biggest in this industry,
You're like, dude, that beat was 3 melodies and a snare and a kick. And it's like, yeah, it was, but it's a multi-million-dollar record.
It's something about
and then
the
you
way
made this
play it.
record that you have violins on and all this crazy stuff, and like no one cares. No one wants to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people want to hear that.
Yeah.
Like us, we want to hear that, but
Yeah.
like the majority of people, they want to hear that where you can take the simplicity and the complexity of yourself and mix it together and give it to something that can appeal to everybody at the same time.
Totally.
Because you got to make yourself feel good with
Yes.
it too. That's the
Yeah.
main thing. You know, like that's what music always perplexed me about. Is like, yo, like I'm in a different level of music than the average listener. Like I dissect music and I see the complexity in music and I like complex music because that's the way my brain works. But the people that I'm serving my music to, not many of them
Or thinking
grasping
of
it on that
Yeah.
level. So I have to make it where I think it's complex enough for myself, but it's not too simple to where I feel like I'm selling myself short.
Yeah, without watering yourself down.
Exactly. And then
It's
everyone
just-
understands. You know?
That's why it really is just, what you feel. Like, there's so many times, well, more so in the beginning. Like, when you said before, like, I unlocked, like, I got the code and, like, I unlocked it.
Yeah.
Like, all I was really doing was making exactly what I wanted because I was getting sick of just, like, boom bap shit. I was like, all right, I don't want to just keep, like, because, like, how you said, we would go to these shows and we wouldn't really fit in with the people. So, like, I didn't want to just stand there and, like, have everyone say, like, oh, you can rap really good. Like, I needed to, like, mix all my types of feeling and interest in it. And that's how I started making my own, like, style of shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, even now, when I make shit, like, I'm not thinking at all about, like, oh, this might sound too simple. Like, I'm literally just thinking, like, do I like this right now?
Yeah.
Like, do I actually like
Do
this?
I like this?
Yeah.
That's what I was
That's what
telling
matters.
him. I was like,
And that's
what really
it.
matters is when you're in your room at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you
Yeah.
finish that song, and you're listening to it, and you're like, this is fucking sick.
And you're
Exactly.
really
You
vibing
think
with it.
it's sick. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
who else thinks
Nah,
it's sick.
that's it.
I don't make music for that. I make music because I like it.
Yeah,
You know
Exactly.
what I'm
makes
saying?
you
And if
feel
you
good.
like it, sick.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know what I'm saying?
That's just
Like,
an extra bonus.
yeah. You're right.
You
The
know,
feeling is a main thing.
That's it.
Dude,
because
for
I would stress myself out thinking, like, this isn't complex enough. Like,
Yes.
people are going to hear this and be like, dude, this is so simple. Like you
I
said,
feel
it's
like we
just
both
3
did
notes.
that for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like till we figured like,
Yeah.
hey, it's more about how it makes us feel.
Yeah.
Because if you make it feel the way you make it feel, people will feel that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
They will feel that.
And that's what makes you like loosen up and stuff like that. Like once you get rid of all those thoughts of like worrying about if it's too complex or if it's too simple and
You
like
just get
catering to
comfortable,
certain
yeah.
audiences, you get totally comfortable and you're like,
And
fuck it,
that's
I'm just
when
gonna do what comes out.
That's when you really start progressing. Too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like your stuff right now is pretty like I wouldn't even say you unlocked your full potential yet, but you're
No, I
like
definitely didn't.
No.
But
you're
yeah.
like everything that you're making is like it's like you.
that's
it's
what I mean, though. Like,
very much you. Like
and
no
I
one else
see-
can do that shit.
some fans hit me up, like, kind of pissed. But not pissed, but they're like, bro, can you release another song? Like, a
Phoenix?
song I did, like, 3 years. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a song I did, like, 2 or 3 years ago. I'm like, if I feel like it, like, no offense. I'm not trying to, like, make you mad by saying this, but, like, no. Like, just because you want to hear it. Because people got a little thrown off when I released, like, that 80s type song I did. People were like, dude, like, don't you rap? And I was like, I do what I want to do. Then I released,
See?
like,
Yeah.
the rock song, I Don't
See?
Care. Like,
That shit's
I was
dope.
pumped. I
that
was so
shit is
pumped about
fucking
that.
cool.
Yeah.
And doing that shit, like seeing someone like you do that, or like even when people like watch your stuff, or like seeing something like that makes other artists want to work. Like after I saw that, I'm like, shit. Now I feel like I want to make something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I want to fucking
Inspiration.
grab my guitar, inspiration.
Well,
Yeah.
a
That's what it's
lot
all
of
about.
people, I was so happy that, like, because I was really hyped about it. But again, like, I still knew, like, majority of my fans became my fans because I was rapping. So some of them might be like, dude, I don't want to listen to this fucking rock shit,
It's
like,
the same shit that happened to me when I put out
literally
the
said
metal
that to him
album.
last
Yeah.
week.
With
I was like, dude,
the
I did
same
not.
shit. Everyone's like,
check
"Aren't
your-
you a rapper?" And I'm like, "Yes, but I'm a musician."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
And
a
it upsets
musician.
me.
That's
and
it.
It upsets me that you don't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you that. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And if you like it or not, too bad. You're gonna end up liking it.
And that
anyway.
I
allows
was
you to
gonna say,
reach
You're gonna
a
meet it
whole-
with resistance at first because you're not
Thankfully-
used to it.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna be like, damn, Sal's talent. I mean, Lucid's talented. Bearded Legend is talented.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he does more than this now.
It's just because they never heard it before.
exactly.
Or, like,
They're not
haven't
used
been-
to
you
it.
see that. You see that more. Like, way more people when I release, like, different type songs. They're like, dude, like, you're insane. You know, like, this is fucking sick. Like,
Okay.
and I'm like very thankful for that.
Of course.
And I ignore the shit that's like, bro, do another song like this. We don't want to hear this. Like, no, you don't. So
Yeah.
don't listen to
Have
it.
you gotten comments like that?
A
yeah.
few. Not. I mean, me just mentioning it probably makes it sound more than it is. It's a few. Like
Yeah.
a few people. Like, I don't really like this. But most people, they hear you, like you said, they see it or they hear it, and they're like, this dude's playing guitar and making all this other shit, and again, making 80s synth pop. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, that's insane that you not just do it, but like it sounds good.
Yeah, it's good to be diverse in your
Yeah.
music. Like
That's
you don't
way
want
out
to
of
be
the
doing
box.
the same.
Yeah,
So out of the
exactly.
box.
Crazy.
And
I'm watching too much Stranger Things.
That's right.
but that's what I was feeling at
But
the
that's
time.
the
you know what I'm
inspiration
saying?
for it
Yeah.
right there.
And I like how you can see your guys' interest through your videos.
That's
and
what I'm
not even
saying.
just the videos, just the songs themselves. You know, I mean, like some of his lyrics with like, you know, smoking weed and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I can relate to that, but
And
yeah.
so many other people can relate to
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really, again, it's everything just comes to feeling. Like, at that time I made the 80s shit, I was watching Mad Stranger Things, and I was like, I can make something like this. Like,
Totally.
and at the time, you know, after watching the show, I had all these songs from the show stuck in my head, and then I went back into my iTunes where I just have like 100,000 songs of like fucking everything, and I went into all my 80s shit, and I was like, fuck, the more I listened to it, I'd be like, I gotta make my own shit.
Yeah.
And then I did it. And then, like, what you were saying before with the singing and the guitar, like, in my little fucking simple music video I did for I Don't Care, I was playing, like, obviously it's muted and I have the track over it, but
Yeah.
I was playing and singing for real, like, at the same time. Granted, I did fuck up,
Yeah.
like, at some of the cuts,
Yeah.
but I realized, like, oh, I can sing this and play at the same
Isn't it
time.
weird?
You know? Like,
Yeah, like you go third person, like
Yeah.
out of your body, and you're like,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
doing this right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
I'm doing this right now.
That's
This is
literally what I
happening.
was doing.
It's like not
So
thinking
weird.
about it makes you actually do it.
Do
But
it,
that the point was too. I was more focused on is the lighting and like the shot for my two cameras, is it matching up good? That I wasn't thinking like, oh shit, I gotta switch like chords or whatever.
And it's
you
not
know,
that
like-
hard of a riff. I mean, like you
Nah.
said, it's simple, but like it's a very catchy riff,
Yeah,
and it's raw. I
That's the point. That's
think,
what we were saying.
I thought
That's the
Nirvana. I know
complexity.
you probably had
Oh.
some of that in mind.
it
because-
was like what most people said. Like what was in mind. They get the vibes of Nirvana and then like classic Ozzy before he went off the rails on the fucking crazy train. You
Yeah.
know, like
Radio.
no, but people said that was like the vibes I got, and I was like, honestly, like that's what I've been listening to, not just Nirvana, but when you know, again, when I would, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like get my voice like out. What's that word? Like I can't fucking think of it. But you know, like when I would actually try to sing that part, that's how it comes out. Like I'm not trying to
Project
sing.
it when
Like-
you're projecting.
Yeah, when I would project my voice a certain way, that's naturally what happens. So like the fact that it reminds some people of Nirvana, and then obviously Ozzy, I can't help the fact that my voice is just
Yeah,
higher.
you're
pitched.
the Ozzy Osbourne. of
yeah,
rap.
every
Yeah,
every
I
time
say it
that
all
we
the time.
performed, or like I showed like our
He's the
music
Ozzy
to
Osbourne. of
someone.
rap.
Every time I showed our music to someone, everyone was like, "Is that his real voice?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
yeah, he fucking like
I
talked to
sound
him,
like
it
Fucking
that.
sounds
awesome.
like
Yeah.
Cool shit.
you someone's like fucking squeezing his testicles.
But
You
it's
can't
not.
help it.
Ice cream.
It's not like I do my shit. Like I made that song and I was like, all right, let me try to sing like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
Like
no.
no, I was like, let me naturally just go with the fucking
Sing how you sing.
guitar riff, singing how I sing, and what happens? It just adds in, especially after a few takes. It adds in that extra like raspiness and
Yeah.
shit, and it was like, okay, I like this. It's sick, and I'll definitely do more shit like that in the future. But again, how do I feel right now? I'm
It's the
back on
vibe.
some rap shit. Like,
Exactly.
I feel like making some spooky rap for the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
fall.
Halloween.
Like, oh, yeah,
It's
like,
Halloween time,
that's where
motherfucker.
I'm at.
That's right.
But music has no limitations. You
No.
can do whatever the fuck you want.
No genre.
No one said, no genre
Fuck
at
yeah.
all. Like, the Jonas Brothers can make a fucking trap metal song right now.
Yeah.
Who gives a
And
fuck?
if it's good, sick.
Right?
Yeah.
That's even better. That's why I love music. It's like yeah, you could be like all weirded out that this guy is doing something different, but did he do it well?
Exactly.
And if he did it well, that's fucking awesome. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like
Oh yeah, I fuck with that.
And
Like,
doing new stuff gives you so much more like confidence to just go off and do some more new stuff like that.
hell yeah.
dude, if the Jonas Brothers released like a trap metal song that was dope, I would like them. Like I would
There's an artist. Have you guys ever heard of Poppy?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
The girl, she's
yeah.
a pop artist.
Yeah.
She just got signed to Sumerian Records. You know
Yeah.
Sumerian
I know Sumerian Records,
which is a metal label.
Poppy, like P.
P-O-P-P-Y.
Yeah, I know.
She's a girl. She makes pop music. She got signed to Sumerian, and she dropped a metal song with like breakdowns and like
Alright,
death
that's
metal.
dope.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And everybody's hating it because they're like, oh, it sounds like baby metal. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It sounds like poppy, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're just saying
Like,
that because she's a fucking
and-
girl.
And she's a pop star. She's literally like a Halsey like pop star, like pop
Yeah.
pop. Like it's like Halsey going to make a metal song tomorrow and releasing it like the same as she would like on mainstream. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I
It's
was
cool
like, yo.
though. Like
I
if
gotta
it's
listen
good,
to
then
it.
like
Poppy's
you
fire,
gotta
dude.
support it. Yeah, I definitely want to check that
Because
out.
I
Yeah,
know
check
who
it
that.
out.
I know who she is from pop
Me-
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
dude, I knew her in LA for like, because I lived in LA for like the past 4 years, and she's popular in LA. Like,
Yeah.
my boys in LA showed me Poppy, and I was like, wow, I really like this girl. I think she's dope because of her aesthetic, the way she presents herself. It's very genius.
And
like,
she does
it's
her
key.
own stuff, or she like has a band.
She has a band behind her and a producer, but like, it's definitely guided by her. Like, I could tell, like, the vision is guided by her. And she was probably just like, yeah, I love all this pop stuff, but let me try a metal song.
Yeah.
And like killed the metal song. Like
I
sick
gotta
as
check
fuck.
that out.
She's 24 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Breaking
Hey, I'm gonna
ground.
marry you, Poppy. I'm gonna find you and marry you. For real.
Sounds like you're talking to a Spanish daddy.
She's killing it. Yeah, right?
I'm gonna marry you, Poppy.
Hi, Poppy.
Yeah. But
Make me
yeah,
those sofritas.
she's an example for sure. Just doing that shit well is like what blows my mind about certain artists.
Dude, people doing new stuff is always amazing.
Yeah.
Like just like breaking out of the box and just trying different shit,
That's why like I never
unlocking your potential.
I feel like my mind was a little closed
Musically.
for a while with like some of my favorite bands. Like I couldn't, you know, it's like you get so stuck to one album, you're like, damn, and then they come out with a new album and it's not anything like the other album,
Oh,
and you're like, ugh. But it's like, dude, they're people that just like you that are progressing through life. That
Yeah, dude.
sounds change. Like they're not gonna make the same album over and over and over again
And,
because that wouldn't be
dude,
progression.
And that's like that toxic like fan culture because like just
Toxic
for
fan
example,
culture for sure.
Like Slipknot,
I love their new album.
their new album
I think it's great.
fucking great. But even when they did like All Hope Is Gone or whatever, and it was completely different. Personally, I think it's the worst album of theirs.
Of theirs, yeah.
But you know, they're not gonna make another Iowa or
No.
or their
fucking
OG
numbers,
album.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing like that. It's
Yeah.
they're gonna progress as a band. And if you're not along on that journey, you respect what they're doing. You don't have to like it.
Exactly.
But like, you
Like-
know, they're not going to make the same shit over and over.
And that's the most annoying thing is like if when you see like the fucking toxic ass fans like make some shit like your old shit. Like no, how about you just keep listening to the
Yeah.
old
Or
shit?
like,
yeah.
fuck you guys. You guys suck. It's trash. It's like it's
Yeah.
not trash. You just don't like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
I
it's
like it.
bad. It's different.
There's some kid that loves it.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
like,
totally.
that's what you notice about music. Like, the album I don't like by that artist, someone fucking loves it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, shit. Like,
There's so many bands that like I don't listen to a lot of their newer shit, but like I've never been like I don't like them anymore. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
not
like
at all.
do you like whatever? I'd be like, yeah, but I just listen to their old
dude, my
shit.
favorite band of all time is The Devil Wears Prada. I have them tattooed on my arm. Like,
Word.
and I don't like anything after Dead Throne. Like,
Word.
I don't think anything. I respect it because they're my
Yeah.
favorite. They're the ones. If I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for The Devil Wears
Yeah.
Prada.
Word.
But like, I wouldn't be doing anything musically if it wasn't for them, in my opinion.
they play
but,
the Paramount too.
But see what I'm saying? But like, I wouldn't give up on them. Like, I'll never give up on
Right.
them.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like you still like them.
I fucking love them.
It's
They're
not like
great.
they're fucking.
I went to
trash
go
all
see
the
them. I knew they were gonna go play new stuff that I didn't want to see. But yeah, they still would play one or two old songs that I would love to see. But like, just to see their progression as artists, like, I can't expect them to make Plagues over and over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, that would be weird. You know?
Yeah.
And it would be boring and repetitive.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Why the fuck you want to hear fucking like Master of Puppets 90 billion times?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
really.
What I like is when bands like go back to it. Like, they've had Plagues was my favorite album from them. Now 10 years later, maybe they'll make an album similar to Plagues again.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they've gone through this musical cycle and they might feel like doing it again.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, let's make some fucking heavy ass shit again, you know?
Like they're just in that place, you know.
Exactly.
It's always everyone's
It's a-
always in a different place.
State of mind
Never
type
seen
shit.
that Plagues.
Plagues. Nice.
Plagues.
Good pun. Good try.
Had to throw it in there. Whatever.
You just gotta throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. That's what I
Yeah.
did before. No one got it.
It didn't land.
It did not land at all.
What do you guys think about like when a band replaces an original member?
We were talking about this the other fucking day when we
Yeah,
went to
it's
see
I have an
Miles.
example really quick before you get to any stories. the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia died. They weren't a band for maybe 15, 20 years. And then 2015 came around. They did a 50th year anniversary tour show. And after that was over, they still wanted to do their like touring shit. And they didn't have a lead guy because Trey from Fish was back with Fish doing their tour. And so they asked John Mayer to hop on
Sick.
board. And
So
there were so many haters on the John Mayer train, and it was like,
It depends.
How the
to me
hell
with
could
all
you hate
that.
on John Mayer?
Well, like
Yeah.
they didn't replace Jerry Garcia. They just still want
He died. What are you supposed to
And
do?
it's been like 50 years.
Bring him
since
back from the dead. He's got to have a hologram. Like,
You can't mic up.
I'm
a
not
corpse.
going to the show.
There's no way.
but yeah. So
damn.
I mean,
Depends.
I've seen them since they started touring in 2015, probably like 10 times. I mean, that's not a lot given my Fish count, but he kills it with the Dead. I mean, he sounds great. He's not, Mr.
he's a world-class guitarist, dude.
Yeah.
Body
He's
is a
an amazing
Wonderland
But
type
again,
shit.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
like,
he's a
John
fucking
Mayer,
rock
so like,
star.
yeah,
He
I
kills it.
wouldn't hate on
And
that.
Grateful Dead isn't like an active band. Like, say if like it just Slipknot replaced Corey Taylor like right now, like that would kind of be
Yeah,
shitty
or like
Yeah.
Blink 182, dude. Like
Or
people would be
Joe.
like, "You want to go see Blink 182?" I'm like, no.
Without Mark
Without Tom
Hoppus,
DeLonge?
it doesn't go on,
Yeah, no.
Or Travis, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow Travis Barker is still roped into that band. Somehow, I don't get it.
But that's what I mean. Like it depends. Like I don't want to see that. Or like when Sublime did the shit with like
With
the dude
Rome.
Rome,
Yeah,
I was like, no.
I wasn't crazy about
Or
that
like
either.
if Nirvana ever did that,
No, they
I would be
can't.
like, no.
They can't do it.
It depends. Yeah. Like so, it really depends. Like
Because that like
The
the
type of
original.
shit.
Yeah.
But it's not like you hate the actual band
No.
for doing
No.
that. You
oh no.
You respect the fact that they're trying.
Trying
it
to
just
do
it
something,
doesn't
yeah.
hit.
And it's very rare that the band like gets better.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one. I've been listening to this band since I'm like 17,
Alice in
18.
Chains?
They're called Vila Maya.
Oh, Veil Maya.
Oh, yeah.
Vila Maya is one of my favorite bands.
They actually
and
played in the Paramount a month ago.
they're
yeah,
cool dudes.
that tour. But like, dude, Vila Maya, the past two albums they put out, they got a new vocalist, and they're some of my favorite albums of all time. I'm like, yo, I loved Vila Maya as a kid, and then they dropped their vocalist, their original vocalist, and they got a new one, and he made the band even better. Like
Yeah.
That's
that
pretty
blew
big.
my mind. I was like, because they used to only scream, and then the new guy stepped in, and he sings and screams, and just took the band to the next level. Like, fucking.
And
Like
that's a
I
hard
don't have
band
a
to,
problem
like,
with
sit
that.
with.
Yeah.
And I've never really experienced that. I've never like had a band where they like replaced somebody and got better. It usually upsets me. It's usually like they replaced the vocalist, and then I'm like, all right, I'm not listening to this band anymore.
Yeah, I
like
can't think
I'll
of
listen
one.
to it, and I'm like, it's not as good as the old stuff. Like it's not
That's
the
how
stuff
I
that got
felt
me
about
into
what's
it.
it called too, like Suicide Silence.
Oh, 100%.
Mitch died.
And they put Eddie Hermida from
Yeah.
All Shall Perish.
And like
yeah.
I respected them for wanting to keep going and doing
yeah,
that.
but it's not the same.
But and again, like Eddie's not bad.
no,
But
he's great.
yeah, but it's again
He's
like
not the
that's
original
it's
singer.
He
there are
belongs in All
cases-
Shall Perish.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
and there are
saying? Like,
cases like you don't replicate Mitch. Like Mitch was like just fucking awesome.
He created that
and
shit,
very
yeah.
unique. His highs and lows were very. It's you hear it and you don't say who is that. You're like that's
that's
fucking
Mitch
Lucker,
Lucker. Yeah,
dude. You're like,
exactly.
so it all depends on that, but you
I'm
know.
thinking about the Journey, how they replaced their lead singer. I
Steve
can't-
Perry.
Yeah, with
Steve Perry.
this Arnel Pineda guy.
Oh yeah.
That they
Journey,
found off of a YouTube video.
like Journey the band.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
They replaced
But
him
that
with
guy's
a
good, doesn't
Filipino
he
guy,
sound-
Yeah, they did a whole documentary of
Yeah,
it like
it,
a while ago.
and everyone was cool with it.
Yeah.
He sounds exactly like Steve
yeah, I
Perry.
mean that was a big thing. It was like they found him off
never
of
knew that.
the YouTube video. They were like, "Holy shit!"
They
like,
found him on the streets of like fucking
Yeah,
That's fire.
whatever country that
Talk
is.
about a
Phil-
life.
no,
No,
Taiwan.
he was always
Yeah.
he was always a musician there.
Oh,
I
was he?
remember reading about it. Yeah. But like that too. Like again though, like they did it. How many years after Journey was already a band? You know, like it's not
Years
like
and years.
it's not like Journey was in their prime. They're like, get this guy the fuck
Yeah,
out.
right. Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
So it all depends on basically,
Yeah.
what stage the band is at, and
Exactly.
if it really comes off as like they're just trying to like fuck someone over, or
Yeah,
if like
or like the whole Van Halen shit. Which
Oh,
side you
Van
taking? The
Hagar.
Van Halen, yeah. From fucking Airheads. And the Van Halen, David Lee Roth split. Van Halen. He's a cop.
I like how
He's a cop.
I like how you said that toxic fan culture though. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's what it
so
is.
true, dude.
That's with everything.
I've
Music,
seen
movies,
everything. Yeah, dude.
It's just like people can't have like a healthy debate about things. It's just like you either fucking love something or absolutely despise it to the point you want to like pay for a flight to go see the director of a movie or like the fucking lead
For
singer
real.
of a band and like spit in their face. It's like,
Oh my god.
it's not that bad. It's just
No.
like have a healthy debate as to like why you don't like it, or
Yeah.
like it's not just like it fucking sucks.
It's kind of detrimental
tell me
to
why.
progression, is what
Yeah.
it is.
It
Like,
really is.
To the artist that you're talking about is like, it's like I mean, I wouldn't be. It wouldn't personally affect me, but I feel like some artists would take it to heart. They're like, "Damn, people don't like our new stuff." Like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
like,
Hell yeah,
do we go back to making the other stuff?" And it's like, dude, do you like what you made?
Yeah.
exactly.
But if fans give you like a constructive criticism, because everything's
That's
not
always
just
great.
like black and white. There's gray areas and shit. So
Of
like
course.
give a reason why the fuck you don't like something or why you like it. And then that's fucking cool to see for like
Hell
from an
yeah.
artist perspective, as you're like, oh, okay, this
And-
person has something to say.
I can
And-
do more of this.
You're
Yeah.
not a real fan if you don't respect like what that. Even if you don't like what they're doing next,
Exactly.
you respect them. That's what I
Yeah.
said with the Devil Wears Prada. Like I'm ride with the Devil Wears Prada till death. Yeah, I haven't listened to anything since Dead Throne. I've tried to listen to it and it didn't catch my ear. But it's not like, oh fuck the Devil Wears Prada. I might as well rip my arm off
Yeah.
because I have
Yeah.
them with me for the rest of my life. Like, you know, that's not like.
It's
that-
still like a part of you. Of,
yeah,
like, who you
it
were.
always will be.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna like be like, oh, because you guys tried something new, let me fucking hate you now. Like,
yeah,
you know.
no, fuck
Nah,
that.
that's just like doesn't make
But
sense.
there's people that do that, dude.
yeah,
There's people that like really
Go on the internet.
like me and Joe. Like when we put out our shit that was different, there's probably some people that were like really like, oh, I don't know if I like them anymore.
yeah, like
you know.
what the fuck. But those are
Like-
again, those are people that are just following whatever. 'Cause it's like,
Exactly.
you don't stop. Another reason I don't just stop liking shit if someone changes it is because like after being a fan of something for a while, you get to see them, and you seeing that outside of the music or the movies that or TV shows they make, you see and learn outside of that they're actually kind of cool. It's like I fuck with this guy anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna listen to his new album, but I fuck with him. So
yeah, you can still respect.
good
the
job,
person,
dude.
you
Yeah,
know?
like I'm still gonna wear his T-shirt and fucking follow him online and
That's
shit.
what I said. That Joe has. He's got it on lock, like you were saying. He's got the social media on lock.
Yeah.
He's got the personality on lock. Is what it is.
That's just
And I
me,
think
though.
that's key, like in especially rap music today, because rap music is the biggest music in the world. Like
Yeah,
it's the most listened to
most
music.
definitely.
Um,
More than rock and roll.
but it's
nowadays, for
it's
sure.
it's more about the persona. It's not really too much about what you're saying. Like people really just like you for who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's really cool.
People want to follow like a person, not just like
Yeah,
the music. They
yeah.
want to know
They
the
want to be
person
part of your
behind
life.
it.
They
Well,
want to be.
that's what it is though too. Like you gotta, that's why I'm very adamant too about like I won't even joke around and like fuck with some shit that like I don't fuck with. Like if as who I am a person, it goes against what I feel and like what I believe in and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it. Like just because I don't want people getting that false image of me,
you, yeah.
and then me having to keep up with like some shit that ain't me. Like everything that people see about me is me
Is
like
you.
being myself.
Hell
Even
yeah.
if some of them think it's corny or stupid or whatever, like
that's
or
why I
too,
fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, like-
honestly.
But again, if some people don't like it, some
everything
people
else
will.
is gonna bite you in the ass though, because you're gonna get caught off it or get sick of it at some point, and
Yeah.
like, you're gonna be like, fuck, like, like I gotta keep up with this like shit. Everyone thinks I'm like this. Like that's why I can't personally. I'm not gonna go saying that I'm gonna like physically hurt people or
Yeah.
kill people, because like, bro, I don't want to be caught outside by anyone testing it, because I won't do that. I'm not gonna do it. That's why I rap about.
You gonna
not
kill
doing it,
me,
but-
Bearded Legend?
Yeah, be
You
like,
gonna kill
no.
me?
It's like,
That's
no,
why I rap about
I
like,
have a backpack full of fucking Cheerios.
And Pokemon cards.
right?
Slice your
Yeah,
neck
like I'm a
with 'em.
fucking Gambit, a Pikachu card
Yeah,
at your
right.
face, bro. Like,
your
no.
ass
Like,
up.
when you're young and like doing music, you think that's what you're supposed to do. Like,
Yeah.
you rap about fucking guns.
Well, it's
and, like, killing
influence,
people.
it's what you're
Exactly.
hearing. You're hearing that, so like, and some people are living that, and that's why they talk about it in their
Totally.
music. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like,
So, well,
But most
influ-
people are not.
no,
exactly.
I talk about shit, but again, like I'm very literal with it too. Like I'll talk about shit that maybe I used to feel, or like I've talked about fact that I used to do drugs, but
Yeah.
or some shit like that. Whether what anyone believes with like, the devil and all that shit. I never talk about like being like evil and shit, because I don't believe in that, and I don't want people to like
think
again.
you are.
Yeah, I don't want people to get that idea from me. I don't want people to think that I think that it's cool to do like twisted ass shit, because I don't. You know, because that's another thing I get too. Like the last thing I posted about it recently, like the last thing I would want is for somebody to do some fucked up shit and like have my music playing or be like
like the shit that happened with the Acacia strain recently. With the shooting in Ohio was the shooter was wearing an Acacia strain sweatshirt. So it's like me walking in somewhere with my Knock Loose shirt on and shooting everybody, and they're like, "Oh, Knock Loose is the reason Sal shot everybody."
Yeah,
it has literally no correlation to anything.
I know,
but there is with
but
the
there's
internet.
People that think there is.
And not besides that, with the internet, there are cases where people will post videos of them maybe beating the shit out of somebody or like fucking shooting up somebody's car, and like they'll be playing music and you know that they're like, yo bro, we ride into your shit. And it's like, I don't want people to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want people to listen to my shit and be like,
that'll be the day.
I'm just saying, like
rolling up to like a spiritual bearded legend song and someone like doing a drive-by. What?
They're not gonna.
Doesn't make sense.
Motherfuckers are gonna be like planting trees, like.
But it's all mental.
Shit.
People are fucking. I'm surprised no one fucking rolls up and does like a school shooting to like bye by NSYNC.
Nah, yeah.
People are just fucking sick in the head.
Don't give anybody ideas, bro.
I'm sorry.
That was a good one.
Sorry.
That's like the dude who killed all those people in like New Zealand, and he said subscribe to PewDiePie, and it's like. It's like
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't
fucked
matter.
Up, but it's like so random.
Is
like,
that what happened? I never heard that.
Dude, people are fucked up, man.
When he was going in, he was loading his shit up. He was loading his shit up, and he like was about to go in, and he's like, "Don't forget, subscribe to PewDiePie." And everyone was like, "Whoa!"
It makes no sense.
Like this brutal, like fucking heartless human being just called out like some goofy ass Swedish gaming. YouTuber.
It's fucking YouTube gamer.
And it's like obviously PewDiePie's videos didn't make this guy be a psychopath, but
he
still,
was a psycho to begin with, and he just happened to like.
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Which he's like one of the biggest like YouTube stars in the history of the fucking world.
But that's not the yodeling kid.
But you know,
no,
you know how it goes.
I've heard that name before.
Oh, the fucking yodel kid, Jesus.
Maybe I've just heard their names in conversation.
The yodel kid is like Mason Ramsey.
He's
or
killing
something.
it. He's fire.
He is killing it.
But like, it's funny because like the Acacia strain one, like it's gonna get a negative rap no matter what because it's heavy metal, it sounds aggressive, and the mosh pits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, mosh pits. It's like,
but that's so stereotypical.
I know. We know that because we listen to it.
Metal
but like,
dudes are like the nicest people ever.
Literally, like the nicest people ever.
But
that's
you know,
like,
that doesn't read well in news headlines because it would
Not at all.
fucking blow people's brains. Like even like in like 1999 or whatever year Columbine was, people blamed on
Marilyn
Manson.
Yeah,
which makes no sense.
But it's like, dude,
at
but
all.
you wouldn't see nobody. You know, who's blaming the people who get their ribs removed to suck their own dick on Marilyn Manson?
I really want that fucking hat that says like
"Make America."
Make America
ribs suck its own dick again.
Yeah. The greatest hat ever. Someone needs to make it. I'd wear that hat.
You could literally
every
make it
fucking day.
yourself.
You could, but I don't want to spend the money.
Word.
Well, I'll spend the money to buy it, not to make it. That seems. Fuck it. I'll spend the money.
Fuck it.
That was a whole thing.
The whole circle of it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. No. All right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, but no, that's crazy,
Complete
dude.
realization.
You gotta be willing to like, even if it has nothing to do with it, you gotta be willing to accept that, you know, some of what you put out there might be taken a certain way, and it might influence people to do things.
I'm well aware
in a
of
certain
that,
way.
dude. Like,
so if
everyone's accountable for their own actions.
Even with the drugs and shit, bro. Like, I don't want people to think that's cool. Like, even when I did shit, I would tell people like, no, this is whack. I'm just like, I'm like depressed. I don't do this because I'm like, yo, I'm mad cool. Look at all these pills I'm gonna take or some shit. You know, like it's like, bro, I'm not in a good place. Like that's why I do it. So.
But some people glorify that shit.
A lot of people do.
Not,
I don't like that,
cool.
bro.
It honestly makes no sense because you're killing kids, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Like I said it on the last podcast because we were talking about it. Like, I was like, my whole goal in music is just to be influential. Yeah, I smoke pot. Yeah, I have like marijuana orientated things. Yeah. But like, I'm not pushing it on people like they should smoke pot or, you know, it's just something that I enjoy. But like, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, damn, I do a lot of that stuff. Like, and I do want to appeal to kids, you know, because I want kids to be like, damn, I want to be as talented as Lucid one day. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think the way I portray it, that they will see that over like me standing in a fucking weed farm or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like,
and weed isn't even the most harmful
But
thing.
that,
like
yeah,
No,
that's
no.
like
Like-
such a different area. It's like, who gives a fuck? You
Yeah.
know, like,
yeah.
you're
but
not.
it's still at the end of the day a drug, and it's like something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I am aware of, and like I've talked with people about doing like less weed things, just so I'm not known as just the weed guy that's doing
Right.
the weed
Exactly.
thing, you know.
Yeah,
what I'm
you don't
saying?
want to paint yourself into a corner where you're
Exactly.
just like that
and
person.
regardless, regardless of what you do, like I definitely have fans that do mad drugs anyway, and
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's
We
their
all do,
choice.
bro,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
you're
their
not
choice.
you're not telling people to
No,
do drugs.
I'm not telling
No.
people to do anything. I'm just trying to set an example of what I want to see. If people choose to do what I do or
Yeah.
not do it, that's up to them. And ultimately, you can't blame music or movies or anything on what people do, because all of us, I mean, especially us, we know, like, we watch some brutal ass shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like,
Yeah, you love horror movies, but you're
Yeah.
not fucking out there
you
killing
don't wanna
everybody.
kill
No.
nobody.
Hell
yeah, like,
no.
We all played GTA growing up.
Yeah.
Dude,
right?
dude,
and
Have
that's
growing
you
up,
killed
like-
anyone?
fuck no. Except people in the fucking game.
Yeah, right.
And
Right.
like, I don't want to. I would never want.
No,
I don't even have
never.
the urge.
Yeah.
Like zero urge to
Zero
do that.
urge,
Like
yeah.
people just feel like, I don't know, it's like a mental health issue
It has to be, yeah.
where I don't know where
There's just
it
a
comes
barrier that's not like it's like a barrier that's being crossed, and there's no threshold. There's
Yeah.
no like telling, hey, don't do this.
from. And there's
Yeah.
no
They're just like,
logic
do
to
it.
Like they're not even
Exactly,
scared of the
yeah.
repercussions of it.
Not
No,
at
like,
all, man.
Even if they felt the impulse, they would be like, wow, I don't want to do that because I don't want to spend my life in jail or like on death row or something or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. But that to me is just people like having to pinpoint something. It's like, obviously this guy's crazy, but like it can't be that it just can't be that's all
No.
it is. It has to be the music he's listening
some people
to
are just
or
crazy.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying some people are just crazy, but like everyone else is like pinpointing things. They're like, well, yeah, he's crazy, but he's crazy because he listened to the Acacia Strain,
No.
or he's crazy because he did this. It's like, no, he's just fucking nuts, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
And
Like,
that's why
Fucking Charles Manson was gonna be on like he like worked with the Beatles or
he
like
was
John
obsessed
Lennon or
with the
something.
Beatles. That
Yeah.
was the
And
thing.
he
Helter
was like, one of
Skelter.
the most notorious serial killers on the planet.
Well,
Yeah.
cult leaders.
Cult leaders.
Yeah.
But
He
that's
actually didn't kill anybody.
that's the
but he
thing. Like,
convinced people
He
to.
convinced
yeah,
people.
which is
insane.
insane.
Even more
I was gonna
powerful.
say,
It's
that's
it's on the
more-
verge of like insanity
Brainwashing
and
type
genius
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you
Evil
get people to
genius.
do that? Yeah, evil
Fucking
genius.
evil genius.
But that's why the best you can do, again, is like no matter what, you have to just what you put out there has to be something that at the end of the day, even if somebody who likes what you do or likes you, if they do something bad, like I didn't put that out there. Like
Yeah.
I put out the best
I
version.
didn't influence you to do that.
Exactly. Like I put out the best of me that I could, and if somebody happened to like me and do something bad anyways, like, can't fucking
You can't control what people do.
Yeah, and you can't dwell on it. It's just like the best you can do is just put a good example out there and hope people go by that, and that's
Hell yeah.
it.
Because that's terrible. I feel bad for the artists that get blamed for shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
dude, Marilyn Manson got the fucking biggest shitstorm when Columbine.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
That-
like the Acacia Strain's feeling it right now. And,
Dude, and
you know,
Grand Theft Auto, like you said before, one of the most popular video games of all time that's been blamed for multiple
To
shootings
this
and
day,
stuff
they're
like
still
that.
blaming
Yeah.
video games. I mean, with the whole gun crisis now, like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, video games are the reason. Don't take our guns.
That was the
video
dumbest-
games.
yeah,
That's
that was
crazy.
the
And like
dumbest shit.
Duck
Yeah.
Hunter was a game in the 80s. No one was there were still shootings going on when just Duck Hunter was happening.
Yeah.
And even before video games were invented,
I
people
was
were
gonna say
shooting each
people
other.
just hurting
Exactly.
each other.
It's
Like,
people. It's not video games.
Exactly.
It's 100% people, and like that's like even I'm not gonna get into it because whatever, but like that's the way I feel with like all gun shit. The fact that it's people, like the main argument people say is, oh, just because there's some bad ones doing it, like no one deserves it. It's like, well, yeah, because like if you can't work together to influence people and like find out what the problem is, then you're not doing your part, and you shouldn't have it either, fuckhead. Like I always say too, like one of the things is like it shouldn't be easier for me to sell drugs and shoot people than it is for me to like go to
Get help-
college,
get health insurance or
go to
anything?
college and see a therapist.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to buy a gun and drugs and go that route than it is for me to see a therapist and go to school. You know what I'm
For real.
saying?
You know the reason why that's like that.
Exactly.
'Cause
but I'm
the
just
gun-
We
saying-
won't get
'cause
into,
America
but you
is-
all know why too.
Yeah,
America is fucked. That's why.
we don't gotta get into that, but it is.
No.
It's just fucked up.
To take a very sharp
crazy
turn.
turn. It's just fucked. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, dude.
Everyone knows,
I
though.
agree with that. That was a great way to put it, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really awesome way to put
You
it.
can walk into Walmart and get a fucking gun, but health insurance is the hardest
Dude.
thing to fucking
And
get.
that's the way I think of it too. Like, think of all the shit like it really takes for people to do certain things in this country. Meanwhile, like anyone can like just buy a fucking unnecessary AK-47. Like, you know, I hunt for my food. Then buy a fucking bolt-action hunting rifle. Buy a fucking bow, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Be fucking Rambo and get a
Yeah.
hunting knife and just
I
fucking
need to
hunt
defend
them.
my
You
house.
don't need
Get a fucking
gun.
shotgun. Would you need a fucking AK-47 that can fire off 100 rounds in fucking 30 seconds for?
I'll tell you the only reason why I have one is because if the world ends.
Right?
That's the reason why I bought it.
And
Like,
that's the
I didn't
thing.
buy my
That's
AK-47 and go,
And see,
oh, I'm just gonna like hang out with it all the time. You
Yeah,
know? It's
like
like put
fucking
away.
7-Eleven
It's
parking
like
lot.
ready
That's the
for
argument, yeah.
for like the
That's
collapse of our
valid.
country or some
yeah.
shit. Like,
but it's the same thing too now. People say they want to take your guns so you're easier to like, you know, control. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you don't think you hugging again, even with your dinky, stupid AK-47,
Yeah.
they're just gonna be more motivated. The
To
powers
come
that
in.
be to
Yeah.
drop a fucking bomb on your block.
Yeah,
Or to
exactly.
send in a fucking tank to blow you out of your shoes, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
you
agree.
think that's gonna protect you?
No, if
You're
they-
gonna shoot down their helicopters and
No.
With your
fucking-
hazmat suit
yeah.
on, that's just
what
gonna
I'm
blow
saying,
right
like,
off. Too.
Yeah, and your end of the world
What
bunker.
do you think? Like, you're really accomplishing nothing, bro.
Like, if they don't think they're already being controlled, then they're even more crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
Well, we're all being influenced every
oh,
which
yeah,
way, bro.
totally. Especially with fucking social media and
Everything,
shit.
yeah.
That you, like you just said.
It's
you
all-
fucking just mentioned something and it popped up on your phone.
yeah.
That's some crazy, like, futuristic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that
Big
happens to
Brother right
everyone
there.
constantly. I mean,
Yeah,
like the same
dude.
shit happens to me. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily just mentioning it, but if I'm doing something on my phone, I know Google like will link accounts and shit. but
Yeah.
I could be on one of the work computers that I'm not even signed into, and it picks up like whatever video game or.
All that
whatever I'm
data,
just looking
bro.
at.
Same phone,
Fucking
computer.
weird.
I
Yeah.
see, like, bro, I looked up ads for these shoes on my computer like a week ago. Why am I seeing it on my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I was on, like, Amazon and I typed in fucking, I wanted to get the Helter Skelter book by Charles Manson.
Yeah.
And now literally
And
every
now it's
pop-up
like,
is like,
yeah.
You got
take
like,
a serial killer quiz
I was
to
gonna
find
say,
out which
if
serial
you're a
killer
serial
you're more,
killer.
you're like,
it's like how
Which
to
one
be
are
a
you
cult
like?
leader for dummies.
yeah, like, I don't want this. I just wanted to read the book, goddammit.
There's
Like-
two types of people in this world, bro. There's people who look like they would join a cult, and people who look like they would lead a cult.
Yeah. That brainwashing shit.
Right?
I agree with that one.
Am I right, guys?
Crazy,
Am I
bro.
right?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Yeah, I just think like you're right about what you're saying, like, because I can look at both sides, because like I am a gun owner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that's my reason why I have it, but like it's also partially like where you grow up too. Like it's
Yeah.
more, it's normalized more in certain places. Like
Well, yeah.
like you can't have a gun in New York. Like
Yeah, no.
there's just too many
It's
people.
hard, but-
There's just too many people. Like
Yeah.
but like when you're in buttfuck Egypt and Florida, and there's no one around. Like fucking everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why. I just showed up there and everyone had a gun.
Yeah.
So I was
So
like,
you
oh, I
got
guess
one.
I gotta get one too.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like,
New York, you can have a gun, but you got to it's like very strict.
oh yeah,
permits
yeah.
and stuff
It's,
like that.
yeah, it's hard. I
Yeah.
mean, rifles, it's not.
There's no reason, in my opinion, to have one though here. Like,
no.
there's
Well,
too many
Manhattan
people.
in the city, the
Like-
boroughs and shit, it's hard as fuck to get a gun.
Yeah.
But
oh,
like
yeah.
on the island, you can get a rifle. Like,
Yeah, my dad has a rifle and something else. But like I understand like having it, but I don't understand having it.
It's
I'm like,
fun-
what do you
it-
need it
yeah,
for?
I
Like,
feel you.
exactly.
who are you shooting?
But
Yeah.
like you said, like to have one, it's the same shit. Thinking the end of the world, I don't necessarily mean like governments and shit, but it's like someone.
I mean, like, what if someone
to my
comes
house,
here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if our government falls because like fucking Russia and China decide to attack us, and then there's no food in the supermarkets and all this, and like
Everyone's
your neighbors
coming at
are like
you.
banging at your
It's gonna
door
be
trying to
apocalypse
kill you.
type shit.
Yeah, like because they're gonna eat you or you're gonna eat them.
That
Like you know,
shit's scary.
and you're like, all right, AK-47.
Yeah.
But that's the
Exactly.
only situation.
No,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
bro.
Or if somebody is trying to rob me, that's enough. But even I don't need an AK-47.
If
I need a
someone's trying to
handgun.
rob
or,
you,
yeah, or a
like,
shotgun,
or
bro.
a shotgun.
At least,
yeah.
like don't shoot to kill. Like shoot him in the fucking kneecap.
No, exactly,
And like
yeah.
neutralize him and be like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No,
like, I
I-
would want to
I
like
feel that.
You know,
Like,
like
I feel that 100%,
mentally like
dude.
talk to them and be like, why? Like what
They-
the fuck is wrong with you? Not just like straight up kill
It's
shot.
really like in our evolution though, like we are basically animals still.
Oh, yeah,
Like
100%.
it's more people need, like as we evolve, I'm sure more people naturally develop a stronger, empathy and things like that, because
Yeah.
that is what will stop people from killing. and stop people from discriminating for, you know, any type of skin color, religion, you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like, if you have that empathy, you stop and you think. Empathy, you stop and you think. What are you trying to do here on camera? Did you catch
Beforehand.
that on camera? Touch my hand?
We were talking about the
Trying to make a
Beatles.
statement. I'll accept you, bro. See, I'm empathetic.
No discrimination.
I didn't know my depth perception. I didn't realize what you had over there.
But no, like, when you have
That was totally
empathy, you stop and you think. Like, okay, like,
Hell yeah.
what I'm about to do is about to negatively affect this person.
And the
So
world.
I'm not going to do it. Yeah, like, but a lot of people lack that shit, and it's just me. Like, I don't give a fuck.
You know what comes to mind for,
Self-centered, egocentric.
for me, like, I think I didn't really have a set opinion one way or another. Not that I'm a fan of guns or anything like that,
Yeah.
but after the whole Phil thing happened,
Yeah.
like, that shit just made me want to completely not have anything to do with guns
Dude,
and
of course.
completely
That's what I'm
oppose
saying.
it. It was
Yeah.
such a freak accident, and
Yeah.
something like that will really, open
know,
your mind to
makes
how
you think,
dangerous
dude,
those
yeah.
friggin' things are.
Dude,
you
it's
know?
wild how
Yeah, tragedy makes you
And
think.
how anyone could have them, dude.
Exactly.
And anything could go wrong with
Yeah.
them. They're such a dangerous thing.
Well, and some people just think that they're so comfortable with it, and that nothing could go wrong.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
no.
exactly when
that
shit
is
goes
not
wrong.
Exactly.
true, dude. That
When
is
you
not
least
true.
expect
You
it.
could fucking anything could go wrong.
Yeah,
Guns
dude.
are
That's crazy.
yo. I mean, they say guns don't kill people; people kill people.
Yeah.
Like you got to be careful with your guns.
I like
Yeah.
what Chris Rock said about guns. You know, in one of his old comedy specials in like '96, he's like, keep the guns legal. He's like, make the bullets like $50,000. He's like,
Yeah.
make them want to kill someone. He's like,
Yeah.
if you're paying $50,000 for a bullet, that means you fucking mean it.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what you get? Like, he's like, you know what? 50,000, it's not worth it. You
No,
know,
dude.
Definitely.
that could be. That's a kind of a solution.
Yeah, but you know what? People will find shit to shoot out of their guns if
Yeah.
bullets aren't
Anyway,
available.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
The,
true.
the
that.
guns are a lot harder to replicate than the bullets, and that's why I would be afraid for that. I see what you're talking about, and
I would
that's a
say
good
Chris
point.
Chris Rock said.
There's
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
so
I
many.
agree with Chris Rock. He's a very funny motherfucker.
There's
but-
so many
Yes.
perspectives. Like you guys told me about your friend who was shot.
Yeah.
Like you guys were like, fuck that. Like I don't want to be involved in guns. But like there could be somebody that like was like, well, I gotta go get one because what the fuck
Exactly,
happened
yeah.
to him? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's people I think on certain aspects of
So,
that.
like,
It's the
domino effects.
circumstances too.
Yeah,
If
it's
your friend,
circumstances.
like, if he got shot in our neighborhood, I would say like, okay, I gotta get a fucking. I
Oh,
might
yeah,
need to
absolutely.
Get a
something.
gun,
He was
yeah.
in Brooklyn, right?
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
not safe.
And
Yeah.
it was like, you know, an accident or whatever, you know, allegedly an accident. They were playing with it, but, you know, that's what makes you lean away from it anyway. But
Oh, yeah.
again, it is circumstances and
and shit.
how you're brought up and stuff. Like, because if it was a different situation where you saw somebody just like driving down, fucking shots off at you, it's like, okay, I gotta get a gun.
I gotta get.
Yeah, because you never know when it's going to happen again.
Because I'm
or
not
when
even
it does
trying to
happen
shoot
again.
you. Like I
Yeah.
just want to be defense myself.
Yeah,
If you try to
exactly.
shoot me, because fuck, dude. Like.
And
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
drive you away from coming back here because if someone's shooting back, you're gonna be like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back there.
Yeah, but you know what? The whole accident thing, I feel like, is premeditated regardless. Not even
Yeah.
that situation, but I'm just saying in general, anyone who has a gun and is going to then play around with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to play around with a loaded gun. I mean, it's one thing to
That's-
have
yeah.
an unclipped type of gun, and you can just, you know, if you're going to do a music video or whatever the fuck you're going to do,
That's why
Do you
I just
really
felt
need to
fishy.
be
Yeah. I
cocked
felt,
and loaded.
yeah, I felt off about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've hung out with people that have guns many times, and a lot of the times, like, I'll be, like, straight up kind of nervous, like, especially
Yeah.
when everyone's drinking and smoking, and I just see it sitting there.
Yeah.
There have been times when I'd be like, bruh, like, why is that out?
Yeah.
And then motherfuckers just be like, oh, there's nothing in it. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool. And, you know, you check it and shit, and it's like, all right, cool. It's empty. It's like, nah, yeah, we're all shook about that, too. And it's like, why the fuck you got it? You
Yeah,
know? Like,
Yeah,
what
there's
the
no
fuck?
point of it being out in the first place
Yeah.
if you're doing nothing with it.
But-
Yeah, it's they
for
want to
that show.
intimidate people.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the whole Florida thing too is you guys have that stand your ground law too.
Yes,
right?
which I believe in, but I don't think you should kill the person. Like you said, like if someone's attacking me in Florida and I have my gun on me, I'll shoot you in the foot,
Yeah.
shoot you in the leg.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
stops.
'Cause I'm not
some
trying to
real
get hurt.
No.
Because if you might come at me with a gun, or you're not coming at me with a gun, you come at me with a knife, whatever, you're gonna hurt me. Even if you're gonna try to fucking hurt me, I don't care. Like I'll put an end to it quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
But like, I just I believe in that law, but like it's abused. Like they just had a case where this guy was outside a 7-Eleven, a black guy and a white guy, and the white guy fucking shot his ass and killed him because the guy like threatened him.
Yeah.
And it's like
fuck that.
he like threw one punch at him, and it was like guy pulled out his gun and shot him.
That's called being a
But
fucking baby.
you could have
Yeah.
pulled out your
Take
gun
your
and
fucking
shot him in the foot.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have
Or
to
again,
kill
you could
him.
have just punched him in the fucking
Or
head.
that,
Yeah.
or
He didn't
or
need to
pistol
die.
whip him, whatever.
Yeah.
If you felt like you couldn't handle the situation and you still needed to use your weapon, just do it in a non-lethal way.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Like
everyone,
you could still
if
use a
everyone
weapon in
had
a
that
non-lethal
mindset,
way.
then there'd be so many
Like-
innocent people alive.
Dude,
right
when
now.
I'm in Florida, I carry a revolver with me, and I have like Fox bullets. Like they're not real bullets. Like they're like almost like they look like a bullet, but inside they're like BBs. So
Yeah.
if you got hit with it, it wouldn't pierce your skin, but it would hurt like a
would hurt like a
motherfucker.
bitch, yeah.
Because like I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep my first 3 like rounds as that.
They sell a lot of
You know what I'm
non-lethal
saying?
rounds too. Even
Yeah.
even blanks and shit. You just blast somebody close enough, that shit fucking hurt you.
Hell
like a
yeah.
bitch.
But I think about it this way: it's like my first 3 rounds out of my 5-shot revolver are those rounds, but
Yeah.
the second 2 are rounds that would kill you.
Yeah.
But if I have to fire 3 of the ones that you're coming at me with the
Probably
ones that are
do it anyway.
non-lethal,
Yeah, yeah.
I might have to kill you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but like I might have to, you know. And
if
like,
it's you or someone else, you want it to be you.
and it's
Yeah.
weird growing up like in New York and then moving to Florida and like getting used to guns and like everyone just has one. It's just like what the fuck? Like everyone has a gun.
Yeah.
It's like-
You just get used to
Holy
it eventually.
shit, yeah.
It's just like normal life.
Yeah,
That's
you get used
crazy,
to it.
bro.
But like, it's not as wild as everybody thinks. It's like not everyone's shooting each other all the
No.
time. Like, you know, people are pretty good about it. And you know, I don't know. Like, it's only as of recently have like guns become like this crazy thing with like all these school shootings
Yeah.
and like all that stuff has become. But I agree with the accessibility. I think like that's something that's kind of weird, you know. And like states like Florida, like I could just go buy a gun like from any like.
Easier
I could
than
go
you
buy a
can do
gun at the
anything.
gas station from you.
Yeah.
But if I went to buy weed from you, I'm getting arrested.
Yeah.
But I could buy a fucking gun from you?
Yeah.
But in New York, it's like it's opposite. It's like I could sell you some weed and the cops will be like, "Oh, don't do that again." And
Yeah.
you might get a ticket. But if I have a gun, I'm going to jail forever.
Fuck,
Oh, yeah.
It's complete opposite. You notice in metropolitan areas and rural areas are just complete opposite with their laws.
All the state laws and stuff are completely different.
It's funny. There's this episode of Family Guy where Brian goes to the liquor store when they moved to Texas, and he comes back and he's got a bottle of liquor and he's got a gun with him, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, free gun with every bottle of
Yeah.
liquor that you buy." He's
It's like that.
I fucking love Texas.
Dude,
Sounds
Texas
like-
is open carry.
Yeah,
You
That
could
was
walk
like-
around with a gun.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, that is scary.
You
Like,
see,
on your back.
Fucking Bowling for Columbine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Michael
He-
Moore.
They were giving away like free guns when you open like a bank account at like some bank. And he was like, "So when can I get my free gun?" They're like, "Oh, as soon as this files through on Monday, you can come pick it up." And it was like, dude,
The fuck?
what?
But that's
Yeah.
probably, but it's also in
Dude, that
some
shouldn't even be a
bumfuck
thing.
state that
Yeah,
like no
no,
one
it
goes
is,
to.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing I don't understand. It was like, why all the spaced out places can have guns so easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't believe they should be in places like cities, obviously, but why is it because they're spaced out that they have access to guns like instantly?
Like Kansas or something.
yeah, like dude, you can just go get a gun.
They're
anyway.
like 30 years behind on like everything. Like
They
they
have
just
to
haven't
be,
caught
yeah.
up to like modern technology and like normal
And
ways
just,
of
yeah,
thinking.
like acceptance and all that.
yeah, like their mindsets
it's
out
still
there are
stuck
just-
in the hunting
yeah.
like
Yeah.
era. It's like, oh, I need a gun.
and it's
to
also just a
hunt
lot
and
of
protect myself.
religious
Yeah.
shit too. A lot
Yeah,
of religious
yeah.
shit overpowers a
What
lot.
we say in the South, it's praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Yeah,
That's what we
there
say
you
in
go.
the South.
There you go, bro.
Heard of that before?
For real.
But
That's the truth.
again, that's why it just comes down to humans as a whole needing to evolve more, because like again, you take away everybody's guns, people are going to be stabbing you, people are going to be throwing fucking Molotov cocktails, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody want to fucking hurt you, they're going to hurt
They're
you.
gonna find a way.
Regardless, yeah.
But having
People are
shit
inventive.
like fucking, high-powered automatic rifles does not help the case,
No, not at all.
because it's so fucking easy. If you want to hurt
Yeah.
somebody, even if it is like something you regret, it doesn't take long, like you said, to go somewhere, buy it, load it up, walk somewhere else, bop, bop, bop. 2 days
that's
later,
it.
you might want to kill
Especially
yourself
with
if you're
the-
guilty, but
Especially
doesn't
with a
matter.
gun like an AK-47. Like, it's funny owning guns. I always think about a gun that I own. I'm like, if I was to shoot somebody with this gun, holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, with one bullet. Especially from an AK-47
Yeah.
that shoots 3 at a time.
yeah.
You're like, you think about it, you're like, God damn. Like,
You hit the trigger
and then you
once
think
and
about the people that are crazy enough to go into a crowd of people and just start pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Putting holes in people that big. Like,
Yeah.
you're not living through that. Like,
No.
you get hit with one bullet from an AK-47, you're dying. Like, you don't live through that. So it's like, I think about that, I'm like, holy shit, like, this is, you got the power, you have power in your hands that's, like, unmatched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But like
And
you were saying before, empathy.
what they say, yeah, empathy,
And
Most people
great,
don't have
great
empathy.
power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's true, man. I think about that shit all the time because I'm just like you with it, Joe. Like, I agree with everything you're saying, but like, I am a gun owner and like, I have to like distinguish between them.
Yeah.
You know? It's just
I'm
because
not
of where I-
responsible
opposed, yeah,
gun.
I'm
I know you're
opposed,
not. No, I know
yeah,
you're
to
not.
owning
Because I
guns.
see you guys talk about it on Facebook all the time, and
Yeah.
I never chime in my 2 cents because I agree with both sides partially.
Yeah.
Like, there's like things I understand on this side and things I understand on this side because I grew up in both places. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I feel like people that like are in where they're at, they don't understand the perspective of where it is somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I'm not opposed to people owning guns. It's just when I look at human beings, it's like, you know, like I tell a lot of people, it's like, bro, no offense, like even people I'm cool with, it's like, yeah, you're cool, but you're dumb as fuck, and I wouldn't trust you with a gun. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I feel. Like,
Right.
a lot
I
of
feel
human
you.
beings are too dumb to be responsible enough to, you know,
I feel
own a
that.
gun without doing something stupid with it.
I
That's
feel
just
that.
how, you know, has nothing to do with the gun. It does have to do with the people, bro. And once we fucking get our heads on straighter, it's like, fuck it, give everybody a rocket launcher when you know they ain't gonna use it, you know,
Yeah,
like,
unless they really need to. Like,
Yeah.
Which is when, why.
right?
You know?
It's not real life GTA until
Yeah.
some shit goes down.
Yeah,
Straight up. It's
it's
funny.
crazy.
How the hell did we get into guns?
I was trying to get the fuck off this topic.
Wow.
I brought it up was like,
There was no out, really?
No.
no,
Ad-libs.
because I was just saying, putting like a better example out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I said
from the
like
music.
I can't make music about hurting people or shooting
You're
people
right,
because I don't
bro.
want nobody.
He's got
Top
guns in
and
his
shot.
songs, but like not in. I mean, some in like a
I have guns in my songs, but it's like
I'll fuck you up if you run on me or whatever. But like,
Good
Night Drive, yeah.
paraphrase.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reason why I have guns in my stuff is because I really be living that lifestyle.
And that's
like,
the thing, though.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
if
Like-
you're about like whatever.
Like, I'm not just like in Florida buying a gun because I can have one. Like, I personally thought I needed a gun. Like, I wasn't doing things that were legal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I needed something that I thought was going to protect me. And in Florida, that's what it is. But like, it's funny, like what we were talking about is like you said, not everybody's about that life type shit. And that's what's fucked up about it because guns are becoming so normalized as like these things, like a material possession in a music video. Every single rap
Yeah.
video has like 20 motherfuckers where they're all pointing a gun at the camera and you're like, all of you guys got a gun? Like, you're just like, holy shit. And then like, do all of you guys really need that gun?
Yeah.
Like, who in that group needs that gun? And then why are all 40 of you pointing it at the camera, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not coming to your hood.
It's like the area that they live in.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, if robberies happen, which unfortunately in those poor neighborhoods,
They do.
it happens.
Yeah.
And that's why they think they need guns. But imagine if people didn't think they had to rob people,
Yeah.
and then there wouldn't be any gun problems.
Like, I'll
It's
be
just
completely honest.
People
Like,
who aren't dicks.
I don't think I need a gun anymore. Like,
Yeah.
in my point in my life where I'm at, like, the only reason I have it is for someone breaking my house at night or some shit. And then, even then, I'm not going to try to kill them. I'm going to do the subdue. You know, I would
Right.
subdue you. But, like,
And that'll teach them to hopefully not fucking go in your house
yeah.
again.
Oh, 100%. But, like, there was a point in my life where I felt like I needed it, you know? And I kind of got a little crazy with it because it was so accessible. I was like, oh, well, I can have this gun and I can buy this gun. Then you got all these guns and you're like, because I thought for a while, I do look at guns as a work of art. They are a form of artwork. Like, if you're not shooting them, like,
Yeah.
they are cool looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you customize them and shit, like, you can make them look cool. But, like, I don't need that shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think about that shit all the time.
I mean,
Like,
it is
oh.
crazy that that type of machinery like exists, even, and like it is everything is like a form of art. You know, people
Oh, yeah.
make it by hand, and they have
Hell
to figure
yeah.
out how to shoot it and whatnot. Like that shit's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, dude.
But like, yeah,
They're like,
you don't gotta
yeah.
go around shooting people.
No, hell no.
look
Nah,
at
bro.
Elon Musk has that flamethrower now.
Oh
And,
yeah, you could buy.
Yo,
Can you imagine everyone's got that instead of guns?
Nah,
people
bro.
being lit on
That
fire.
shit works, too.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
We just saw
I
fucking
fucked
Rob
around.
Zombie
Yeah,
using
yeah.
that shit before we
My
started.
friend bought one. I fucked around with it.
We
I
need
couldn't believe
jetpacks
it.
and flamethrowers.
Fuck that. We gotta go back to fucking.
We need
fucking
anti-gravity.
muskets.
Muskets, yeah.
No one's gonna.
That's
be,
worse. You
Old
got like a
rickety
big ass
muskets.
bowl that went through you that and gets stuck inside you type shit, bro. Like, shit
Yeah,
crazy.
gotta
but you
take
know
that
people aren't
fucking
gonna be
thing
wasting
out.
their shots. Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
they
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be going
That
like
seems like
fucking.
rope.
That must have been the weirdest shit. Like, you're in a battle and you're like,
Time out.
Yeah.
Dude, like you're
like
on
if
the
he
fucking
loads his
clock.
gun first, you're dead.
Yeah,
you
you're
know
on the
what I'm
fucking
saying?
clock
Like,
at that
You
point.
better be the
But
fastest.
you
might
also
wanna, like,
have
move
to
or
depend
something.
on
Shot
like
clock's running
the
out.
wind speed. Them fucking musket balls will just be going like
yeah, in
fucking
different
BBs.
directions, hit somebody in the head somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
You gotta
Christ.
hope you have a good medic
That's crazy.
on the field.
But really, this is gonna take a big old turn because
Oh,
think
it already
about
took a turn.
that's crazy. No, but that's crazy. But think about how fucking crazy you have to be to fight like in medieval times and shit. Like beyond
swords
guns and
and-
loading fast, like just running as fast as you can into another person with a fucking
Sword.
bladed weapon out.
That's dope. I always respected
That's
that.
insane.
I always respected
Yeah,
that. I
me
was
too. But like,
Jesus.
you got to be fucking
And like the medieval
insane.
torture devices,
Oh, shit.
people were fucking crazy to even think of that shit. Like I remember a lot of years ago, they have this I don't know if they have it anymore, but the Ripley's Believe It or Not place, like near
Yeah.
Times Square.
Yeah.
I was with someone. She lives in Boston, but we came here and she was like, "Let's go to this place." And they have like a room where they show you all the medieval torture devices. And there was one where it was like you're in a box. They like put some person in a box and they give you food, but the food is like barely within your reach. Which is so like you can't reach it, but it's like right there, and they purposely put it
So you have
far
to
away
look at
from you,
it
so
and
you
see it.
can't get it, but you can see it, and it's like right there. That's some fucking.
That reminds me of the Chinese.
mental
There's a
shit.
one
It's
that's
a
like a
torture
Chinese
room?
drip.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
drip
maybe,
water
yeah.
on your forehead forever, and you go nuts.
Yeah.
You go
What
fucking
what
nuts.
happens?
They drop water on your forehead.
Chinese water torture.
Yeah. And
Forever?
then you just go. Well, I mean, for hours or days, and you start going fucking nuts because
Yeah.
it's just like drip, drip, drip.
That's like
That's
waterboard
I'm
you.
thinking about that getting crazy. I'm like,
That's
oh god,
fucked.
that's
They have
fucked
things
up.
that like castrate you. Like
Literally.
someone had to build that with the knowledge. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking split someone's legs open and their
Yeah.
fucking
Or flay them
insides are
and
gonna
shit,
go
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah,
People are
like that's some
weird.
crazy shit
Nah.
to even think about.
That's
But-
why they called it the Dark Ages, huh?
Maybe we should
Everybody-
bring that back for all like the school
Well, you
shooters. Just
think
like have them
about-
castrated.
All that shit, like, you think of how many people like willingly would just go to like, how many people nowadays would willingly sign up to join an army like if you had to just straight up run full speed into somebody with a fucking spear? Like a lot of people be like, I don't know about that. Like nowadays, like it's still always gonna be tough and like a hard thing to do, but like running into somebody with a fucking bladed weapon is not the same as like shooting them from like 300 yards away.
That's
you know what
close
I mean?
quarters.
Yeah. Like you have to literally like hack through people to like survive. Like that's talk about PTSD, bro. Like
It's fucking pretty.
would anyone even
crazy.
survive that?
No.
Like,
Yeah, right. Like
you're
you
gonna
had
be
to
a
be
lunatic.
fucked up. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you had to be fucked up.
You need
like,
to get up close and personal. To
like
this
if you
stuff
weren't
to
fucked up
actually
before
fucking
you
kill
went into
them.
battle, you were fucked
I
up
was gonna
after,
say,
like
talk about,
100%.
like desensitized to violence. Like bro, like
Sheesh.
you just like go in once. They send like 15-year-old boys like you're a man now. Here's your sword. Go in there and
Go
like
chop someone's head off.
yeah,
dude.
exactly. You come out and you're just like, damn, bro. Like
I am a
that's
man
the-
now.
That's the real reason
It's
why
just
they
like
died.
reading the
Yeah.
Torah.
It's the real reason why they died in their like 30s. Their brain probably like deteriorated like so much from all that heavy
getting hit.
stress and
Yeah.
fucking everything,
That
bro.
you
Like,
know they thought about that every single second of every day. How can you not?
I couldn't imagine that. Like, I'm just
It's like, yeah,
Fuck
I
it.
remember when I cut that guy's head off. And
Yeah,
that guy
like-
too.
yeah.
And that other guy. Man, I
How
cut
do
like
you
30
handle
guys' heads off.
they didn't even have like headphones and iPods and shit. Like, you really gotta like, you just have your buddy there amping you up. Like, we're gonna chop his head off, bro. Like, let's go. Like,
Oh,
Even
yeah.
it's like the trumpets and shit. They have like the
Oh,
sound
yeah,
of the seventh
all in
trumpet,
the
like
drums.
ba-da-da-da.
Actually, that's pretty
That
cool.
yeah, that shit's pretty hype.
you get the drums going and they like smear some like goat blood on your head, and you're like, all right, fuck it. Like,
Some Braveheart shit.
it's like, bro, I'm signing up to be an archer. Fuck this shit. Like,
Alright.
stick
I
me
just
in
want
the
to shoot
back.
bows.
Stick me in the back. I'll shoot straight up in the air. I don't know what the
Hopefully
fuck is
it'll
going
land
on.
on somebody. Just
Yeah.
Right through their chest. That's
Well,
crazy.
if you guys didn't influence anybody to kill people in your songs, you definitely did after this conversation.
The whole point of this conversation is, dude,
Is to
like,
not do any
Well,
of that.
that will fuck you up. Like,
The whole point of the conversation is mental health because us talking about it is
Take care of yourself.
yeah,
Yeah,
take care of
be a good
yourself. You know what I'm
person.
saying?
so you
Like,
can take care of others
Yeah.
as well.
discuss these things.
Look out for your fellow person.
Don't kill people.
We're all equal.
No.
Don't castrate them.
All right,
No.
let's wrap this up. What do you guys want to say before we close?
You go first. You're the newbie here.
Me? Oh, this is a fucking awesome time. I want to say that. Like, this.
You got to look into that camera.
Oh shit! This is the camera. This is a great fucking podcast. This dude is fucking great. I'm glad he had me on because this was an awesome time.
There you go.
Come back anytime.
Fuck yeah!
Stillwaggon
You
Symposium.
invite
Yeah,
me? I
that's
definitely
right.
will. This
You're
fucking,
invited.
This is
It's-
awesome.
Right now, you're invited.
Are we doing some Halloween shit or what?
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
gonna. So
Yeah.
next month we're gonna do some funny shit. A Halloween show. Do some costumes.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna release that, but if you want to come back for that, definitely do
Yeah.
Well, you could cut that out at the end if you don't want people to know.
that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can release it at a later time.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like mute it.
Yeah,
Like
well-
beep it out, saying like you're doing a long curse.
I'm not afraid. I edit a lot of shit that if I look stupid in any part of the podcast, I'll like clip it out because
This man always thinks he looks stupid. At
I
any
do
part of
always
it.
look stupid. So
Get
that,
outta
I mean,
here.
there's certain times where if like I'll freeze up while I'm asking a question, I'm like, I'm getting rid of that shit right now.
You don't want to look like a bad host.
Well, you know, that's why it's tough
What
about
do you
doing
say?
it
You know
live.
what I'm saying? What is the one you say all the time? You know?
You know.
You know? And I say like.
I
I
say
counted. I
like
said
a lot,
like
yeah.
60
A whole lot.
times on my last interview.
Yeah,
I'm like this
you
and
know,
like
I
that.
say a bunch of times
I
at
can't
the end
help
of
it.
things.
It's
you
a
know,
custom.
like that.
It's a
Yeah.
custom into my fucking vocabulary.
It makes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
You.
All right. Joe, bearded legend. What do we have to say?
I mean, the same thing as always, yo. Like, just be a good person and shit. And I had fun here, and shout out everybody here, and shout out everybody who's cool.
Yeah.
He'll be back next month.
Yeah.
Me?
Lucid.
What do I gotta say?
Whatever the
Alright,
fuck
you guys
want.
ready to
Sign
hear
off.
this?
Say
You
it,
guys ready to
sign
hear this? Nah. Ryan's the man. Stillwaggon Symposium.
Yeah.
You guys know what the fuck is good. You better watch this shit after this when we upload it. And yeah, be a good person. Don't fucking go shoot up a school and shit.
No.
Everything we talked about. Just be conscious, guys. That's all.
Listen to
Remember
good
that.
music.
Yeah.
And
Watch Riverdale.
watch out for Big Brother. And watch what you say because your phone will
Skeet
eat it.
That's right. And subscribe to my fucking YouTube page.
Yeah,
Subscribe to the
his
Stillwaggon
YouTube.
It's
Symposium.
annoying.
Get them numbers
And
up.
my next subscriber will be my 69th, so keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
Keep it
Turn on
69.
those
We're having a sweet
notifications.
69.
That's right. Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you next time. Go subscribe. 69 it up. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Trapping for the rest of my life. I can't sleep at night 'cause money's always on my mind all of the fucking time. Trapping for the rest of my life. I can't sleep at night 'cause money's always on my mind all of the fucking time. Ain't got my life on a scale. Only love to the fall. It's between heaven and earth. It's never gonna find when you're young. There's endless possibilities when you're young. Take a chance, fuck it up. I'm back at it again. A manic state of mind. There's no need to pretend, because I'm back to trapping for the rest of my life.